Oh, turn that one on.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello, hello.
Oh, there we go.
There
Hey,
she is. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yes, good.
Good.
It's cold, isn't it?
Well, I was cold and I just put my top on and then I had a massive hot flush, so it's just come off again. So yeah, it'd be on off, I think, at the moment. Yeah, it is cold, isn't it? Very
Yeah,
frosty today. Yeah.
it is. Yeah. There's
Better
one.
that than the rain, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I would. Yeah. At least you can get warm, can't you? When you're cold, you can get warm, whereas when
Yeah.
you're hot, then it's just a bit harder to deal with,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Um, Before we start, Vicky, my
Yes.
car's in for MOT at the moment, so I would normally keep my phone off and out the way, but they might
Hmm.
need to contact me to go, all this needs doing, that needs doing, and whilst I wouldn't normally allow it, then I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to because I'm gonna have to make some decisions. So they might be fine.
Okay.
I don't know when they're doing it, but just in case, I kind of go, oh, sorry, just need to get this.
No problem. No problem. Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me just close my email so that does not disturb me. How are you since Saturday?
Yes, it was interesting. Um, it was strange. And nice. Yeah, I was thinking, would I do another one? I probably would, but I kind of like tried to go through kind of different things and what people said and whatever. And I think I'm in a very fortunate position that I don't have a lot of other things vying for my attention, in the sense of I don't have family, immediate
Yes.
children, family.
Yeah.
I don't have parents that are calling for my attention. So I'm not being dragged in a lot of different directions. So I appreciate that some of the ladies there
Mm.
really did need that space and kind of valued it so much. It was like probably
Mm.
gold dust to them, wasn't it? Because it was time for
Mm.
them. So that was quite interesting. It was still nice to have the time out of your own life, because even if you don't have all those things going on, you sometimes do feel guilty if you just sat there sort of meditating or
Mm.
thinking about, when you've got a pile of washing looking at you and the dishes to do and all of that. So it was nice to be taken out of that environment and be with other people. And
Mm.
um it was a bit odd not having to make contact with people. I found that quite challenging, but nice in a way, because sometimes you can struggle to find things to talk to people about, and then you feel a bit
Mm.
false, and it's like, oh, how are you, not so much with the spiritual things, because you've always
Mm.
got things to talk about, but it's all lovely weather, do you have a nice Christmas and all that sort of stuff, and you're like, I don't really, no, I don't really care, I do, but excuse me, it can be quite false, can't it, sometimes. So
Mm.
to have that kind of taken away from you and go, do you know what, you can just be, you haven't got to think about what to say, you can just think about your own things. So yeah, it was good in that respect. So yeah.
Mm.
um and all the different elements of it was lovely, doing I mean, god, my goodness, the yoga, that I was like, oh, my arms, within a couple of seconds I was like, my arms, I can put my arms down, I'm gonna put my, I can't do this, I can't do this, and I'm like, but you can. And I think I might have put my arms down once, but that was it.
Amazing.
So it was just a real kind of like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, so yeah, it was really challenging and interesting. So um yeah, and like I said on the thing, and a thing about the food, my god, I couldn't believe how, I was trying to explain it to Eddie and he just looked at me like I was on a bit gaga, really. But I was going, I just couldn't believe how everything tasted so strongly, so
Ah.
powerfully, kind of, because you were looking at your food. You didn't have to worry about conversation with everyone, and you weren't just shoveling it in as a means to an end. You were kind of like, oh, this is really lovely cheese, and all this tastes nice, and oh, da, 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 da. And yeah, that was really kind of like, whoa, this makes you feel like you want to. I mean, I think it's really important, like we've discussed, about sitting and eating your meal and and appreciating it, but and talking and whatever. But I think sometimes you just do need to stop and think, what am I actually eating? You know, am I
Mm,
just, I mean, I sit sometimes and eat like biscuits, and I get like four in a pack when I'm doing my work. And within 2 minutes, I'm kind of like, well, where have they gone? And I don't
mm,
even remember eating them because I'm just shoveling them in. And I'm thinking, well, in that case, then you probably didn't really need them. It's just a habit that you shove them in. And then sometimes I take two out and I only eat two because I don't
mm.
really need four because they've just disappeared. I almost, sometimes I go looking for them because I think I've put them down. And I
Wow.
haven't. I've just shoveled them in, but I've been so subconsciously eating them, I've not even been aware
Mm,
of it. Um, so yeah, all that
mm.
sort of stuff. So yes, it was, yeah, it was a really nice day. So yes, very good. Very different.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting feedback. Really, really interesting. Like how you say where you don't necessarily have that your time is of demand by many other people that you have to respond to
Yeah,
because they need you. Yeah.
but it still doesn't take away from the fact that I deserve to have
They
time for
need, yeah.
myself. So
Yes.
that's the
Yeah.
self-worth and self-love, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's just taking yourself out of your environment and going to somewhere that's loving and protective to do
Mm,
that, because you
yeah.
don't even, you know, like, it's really hard for me to sometimes, because when I do it and I'm at home, I sometimes feel really guilty then, you know,
Mm,
like Eddie will come home from work and, you know, I've not cooked the tea or I've not washed the dishes, and I'm like, I've been at home, if especially if it's like a day off, I've been at home all
mm.
day, and what have I done? I mean, he would never say anything and he doesn't think it, or he might do, but he doesn't voice it. He knows better.
It's hard, yeah.
But I kind of like then feel guilty myself, thinking, oh my God, I've been at home all day and what have I done? You know, and
Mm,
then I start to kind of, it's that inner eating at you, isn't it, really? But
yeah.
and I did put on my form, and you know, it wasn't any kind of whatever, but I did find Amanda a little bit quiet.
Yes, no, I did. At times I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, we had a word with her about that.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you don't want someone booming everything out, but with you, you're very, very clear, very, you know, you've got it at the right pitch and everything.
Mm,
Whereas Amanda, I mean, I didn't even realize sometimes she was speaking until, and often sometimes if you've got your eyes shut as well, you're not looking at
mm,
something to see. So
yeah,
yeah, occasionally I kind of missed odd bits. So
yeah,
yeah, but other than that, no, it was good.
yeah.
And the
Oh,
gongs was really strange because to start with, I was thinking, "God, someone's doing some work outside. They're making a bit of a noise." And then I was like, "Well, it'd be cut. You know, it sounded like cutting grass or something. I don't know what it sounded like." And I was like, "God, they really are making a noise, aren't they?" And then I'm like, "Oh my God, you stupid women! It's the gong!" And then, of course, as they got louder, it was like, "Oh, that's really obviously the gongs." But it was so strange. It was just like, oh, someone's being really annoying because I'd never done gongs before. I've done drumming, um,
yeah.
and I found the gongs were wonderful and they were really powerful. I found when I did drumming, because I did the drumming at one of those fairy festivals. Oh my God, that really spoke to me. That hit
Mm,
me at a very deep level, the drumming. So yeah, it wasn't as powerful as that, but it was really good. So
mm,
once
yeah.
I'd worked out it wasn't the man cutting his grass next door
Oh, that's really annoying.
in the snow, you
Hate the
know, or in
gongs.
the frost. So bizarre, but yeah,
Oh,
my little pigeon brain goes off on one.
oh, oh, fabulous. I'm so glad you came. It's
Yes, I
sometimes
am. Thank
it's
you.
sometimes it's good to do something that you've never done before, I think. Just
Yeah,
like
try it.
it's an
Yeah,
experience, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah. And
don't
having
know.
done one now, yes, I would probably do another one.
Mm,
But like you say, now it's kind of like a thirst for something different, you know, all the time. And I know each one is different, as you say, because each
mm,
time it's different people, you get different energies, don't you? So there's always going to
mm.
be something new, and you're not going to do the same, like exactly the same. I mean, even if you did exactly the same program, it still wouldn't
It'd
be the
be
same. It'd
different,
be a
that's
different
right.
day,
Yeah,
different everything, isn't it? So
yeah.
and the space was really nice, wasn't it, to do
It's
it in that
lovely.
shed. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
It's no fabulous. We asked if we could book for the April date, and they can't do it.
Oh no.
So yeah, it's a shame. It is a
Yeah.
shame. Like, and we've worked dates out around what we can do, so we
Yeah.
need to stick to the dates we've said.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have to find somewhere else, and I am a bit disappointed because I just really wanted to get back to doing things in that space because it is so lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll work something else out instead. Something
Something will
else will
pop up,
come.
won't it?
It
Yeah.
will. Yeah. Okay, so we are in 2025 now.
I know.
So have you got something specific that you would like to do or cover today?
I don't think so. Just to sort of bring you quickly up to speed about where I'm really at.
Yeah,
I've so my list from last time, the things I had to do, I
yeah,
did I did okay. I mean, we were coming into Christmas, so I knew it
yeah.
could be a bit of a challenge. I've dipped in and out of it, to be honest.
Hmm.
So the things like the what did I have? What did, not did I have to do? What was I going to do? Weekly walk? No, not happened at all.
Yeah.
Not done anything else prior other than that. I've not been doing my exercise because, of course, I've not been going to things. So that's totally gone off the radar, really. Yoga, I did it. I think I did it. Was it last week or the week before? Not that. No, not this week. Last week I did it
Last week,
once.
yeah.
I haven't done it this week at all. So yeah, that's
Yet.
getting kind of Eddie's he's work I think I might have said he was working in Portsmouth, so he's getting his alarms going off at 5:30. So I'm sort of waking up with him because I don't really have a lot of choice, going back to sleep and then wanting to go back to sleep. So yoga and getting up and whatever has
Mm,
not been on the radar really. So
hmm.
I mean, a couple of mornings I lie there going, it would be really good to get up now, do some yoga, then go to work and be prepared. But then the other part of me goes, do you know what? I just want to stay here and go to sleep. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Um,
Hmm.
Lunch, it's not been too bad. So the first couple of weeks, sort of from it, I went and bought some soups as a backup.
Yeah.
Didn't actually get around to making any, but I was aware of things. This week I haven't been shopping for since Christmas, and I'm running out of stuff, and it's all over the place. But this week I thought, do you know what? I got some casserole veggies. I think it was Wednesday. I think casserole veggies in the freezer. So I got those out, stuck some broccoli with it, found a tin of chickpeas in the cupboard, and I chucked it all in my soup maker. So
Wow.
I didn't. It needed more spices, and because I didn't really put any flavorings or anything, I did like a stock cube, a vegetable
Mm,
stock cube, but it wasn't enough. But I ate it, and I've still got some more, and I had it the next day. But I was really pleased that, and I thought, well, all of that stuff's pretty good for you, like the chickpeas and everything, because
mm,
you taste those. And so I was quite chuffed I did that. So yeah, so that was that. So I'm aware of it, but kind of not
mm.
quite got sorted again, really. Um, Crafting. I was doing quite a bit over Christmas anyway. Well, not over Christmas, but when I came back from in between Christmas and New Year, I probably spent 2 or 3 days just doing crafting. Um, it was just like I didn't
Oh,
care about anything else. I was doing my
mm,
diamond art, Christmas earrings that I'd made for the family as little presents. I had a kit because I bought it as a kit to see how to do it. And I had 7 pairs left to make. Normally they'd sit in my stash and I wouldn't do
mm.
next year. I sat and made them, all 7 pairs. Like, oh, so
Wow.
now I'm going to put them in little boxes and put them in like ready for next year, and start making these little things. So I was quite pleased with that. But I haven't finished. This is my problem. I do bits and then I don't finish it off. But I'm aware of it.
Hmm.
So like my Monday crafting, yeah, life's just getting in the way at the minute, and I'm not doing that. But it's still there. I'm still aware of
Mm,
like, oh, I really want to try and do it. Um, Reading, I did start trying to do Dr. Joe Dispenza.
hmm.
I started. I watched a few YouTube things and got a bit into that. So that was quite interesting about how the brain works and
Mm,
what can and can't do. So I've sort of dipped in and out of that. So yeah, it's quite good. I've been most mornings. I think I've been putting my diffuser on for work. Um, Crystal, I think I did it one morning, but then I haven't done it since.
Mm-hmm.
Colouring and all of that I've not done in instead of crafting. So I've got my little colouring station here.
Oh,
So it's
brilliant.
ready. I just
Yeah.
haven't got in here to do it. So, but and then emails and all of that. No, totally gone out the window. Not did it.
Mm-hmm.
Needs a lot of work on that really. But it's been going around my head. Eating at table with Eddie. Yes, we've got a bit better. I've
Good.
had a few slobby nights in the week.
Yeah.
But then it was quite funny because I said to Eddie, "Oh, we're going to do this again. Really going to try again." Yeah, yeah, okay. He says whatever. You know, he's quite happy to go along
Yeah.
with the flow. And then one night I think I hadn't, because I get trays out if we're going to sit down. I hadn't got the trays out, and he went and set the table. So I was like,
Oh.
good, well done, because I was thinking, oh, it's going to be a slobbery night tonight, but I didn't make any suggestions. And a couple of nights I've gone to get the trays out and thought, do you know what? We're sitting to the table. So I've
That's
been
good.
more aware of that. So that's
Mm.
quite good.
Yeah.
Um, and then the sorting out the bits with with Eddie, we've not, but I did talk to him the other day and said, right, we need to get back on track now. Christmas and everything's out the way, so
Mm.
let's start planning what we want to do. So although I've
Yeah.
not maybe progressed, I kind of have, because I've got, it's there, it's in the
Yeah.
forefront of my mind. So I've
Good.
started my 30-day decluttering again, although
Yeah.
I did 6 days in one day. I I forgot the first 6 days and then thought, oh, I really want to do that. So I kind of ran around doing like 6 things off the list. And I
Yeah.
think, although I might not do it every day, maybe if I do it every couple of days and do 2 days, then
Yeah.
it's not quite the plan, but I'm still kind of doing it.
Doing it. Yeah.
And I've really come to the conclusion that I'm I'm struggling with this business of not seeing things and forgetting them. Everything, just
Explain what that means, Joe. Not seeing things and forgetting them. What does that
so
mean?
all sorts of things. So when I was having a bit of a clear out, I was going through things, all sorts of things, like my jewelry. I love my jewelry. I've got tons and tons of jewelry, beautiful jewelry. I've got a special cabinet for it, and I've got other jewelry things, but they're a bit scattered. I've tried to bring them all together, but I tend to reach for the same things all the time. And I did start kind of like, because I don't always wear it because I'm at home all the time, but then I started thinking, like, in the mornings when I'm getting ready for work, even if I'm staying at home and sitting at my desk, I'm going to put a different pair of a necklace on, different pair of earrings. And again, I dip in and out of that.
Mm.
But it was just all this jewelry is everywhere, and I don't appreciate. It's
Mm.
lovely, but I don't wear it. And I thought, I've got to try and have it out, but I really don't want everything out, if you know what I mean. I kind of
Mm.
like things tidied away, but it's this kind of, everything gets put away. So another thing is like body lotions. So I've got loads of body lotions that people have bought me that are lovely, and every day I get out of the shower and I don't bother with it. So I've now got a body lotion out, and I put it on the side of the shower,
Mm-hmm.
not cluttering everything up, but every time I get out of the shower now I see it and it goes, oh yeah, I'll use body lotion. And it's all those sort of things that I've got so much lovely, it's like my crafts. I know I've got all these crafts, but because I can't see them in my face all the time, then I forget about them. And then it's only when I start to clear up, I go, oh, I've got that. Oh, I've got... And two things have come out of that. One, I realize I've got way too much stuff. So that's the decluttering.
Mm.
But then it's also kind of, I need little triggers to kind of keep me on track. And I know that's kind of like doing the crafting. And
Mm.
but again, and the other problem I've got is my lists. I've got my lovely intention worksheet. I printed it all
Mm-hmm.
out. I printed all my lovely little sheets that I was going to
Mm-hmm.
fill in, they're all blank, because I can't. I struggle with. I love all the information, and I bring it all in, and I print it all, and it's all fantastic, and I've got it all, and then I don't follow through with it. I don't fill the forms in. I don't assess things. I've got my journal. We're day 10 today. I've not written in my moon journal. it's by the side of my bed, but I don't go to bed every night going, oh, I really need to write in my journal tonight. And then I think, well, maybe I've got this wonderful image of what I should be doing and what will help me, but I'm not sure it's me. So the realization is finding the little things that can trigger me to do it. It's a bit like taking tablets. The ones that I'm taking downstairs, still not taking them. I put them in a little container Monday to Sunday. Like my other tablets that I take upstairs, I take them religiously. They're my blood pressure tablets. I know I need to take them, so I have to take them. So I take them. But my other ones, my vitamin C and my ones to help my hot flushes, I don't take them, even though they're looking at me every day, and I look at them. So I'm thinking, well, perhaps if I put that on my tick list, kind of make the tick list fun, like, oh yeah, I really want to fill it all in. It's just like fooling myself into doing this stuff. It almost feels like if I've got a list to fill in, excuse me, if I've got something I'm meant to be doing, there's the little bit in me rebelling, going, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to. But then I get so annoyed because I'm forgetting so much stuff, Vicky. I can't organise myself. I can't organise my days. Like, I haven't done the shopping. Eddie's typing's out of control. But yeah, like work is actually quite good. I've actually caught up a little bit over the Christmas, feeling quite a good space with that. Still have a bit of a wobbly now and again about things that come up and I panic about, and then I thought, well, maybe I've got lots of stuff out, like I've got lots of folders out and things even for like work that sit on the desk that I don't use all the time. Well, maybe they don't need to be on top of the desk. I'm trying to assess my areas as to what's really key, what needs to be out, and what could go away, and then the things that are important have space to be out.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So change the dynamic. So there's been a lot going on in my little brain. So all of that's been kind of rummaging around, really. As well as the bad eating all the chocolates, eating all the biscuits, putting weight on, and thinking, do you know what, I don't care because it's that time of year. I didn't drink New Year's Eve, and I was quite pleased with that. But then I had a drink on the next day and a couple of glasses of wine. So I kind of, part of me was going to go, well, perhaps you could not drink January, and then I'm like, oh no, well, that went out the window. So yeah, I kind of trying to assess everything and go through everything, and again, like I say, my brain goes into free fall, doesn't it, really? So but I feel quite positive. I don't feel down about it. I think this is a different. And I'm not like keep going, oh well, yeah, you've tried that again, here we go again, and I'm kind of looking at it objectively, I think, rather than critically. And I think that's a key change.
It's brilliant.
So,
yeah. Yes.
So I don't want you to make all of that, but I threw a lot of stuff at you then.
No, it's really good. It's brilliant to like get it all out, because it's up here. Like, you've got the call today, so it like brings it all up, and then it's like, okay, well, what have I done? What have I not done? What's not easy, and all of that. And yeah, like you say, you're not beating yourself up about it.
No,
that's like the best thing. That's the best thing. So I would say that Christmas and New Year is a challenge anyway. So I think we kind of have to, this is what I've consciously done this year, is to say, I know what happens at Christmas. I'm going to eat lots of food. I'm going to eat the wrong food. I'm going to have a rest. I actually had a week off and I rested, and it was lovely. It was I really did not do my work. There were moments when I worked, but I wasn't like every day, and it was so nice. And then, knowing that I will have put weight on, because I know as soon as I eat those foods, then that's it. My shape changes, and it's there the next day. Evidence, that's the proof. And then just okay, fine. We're in January now, and I'm picking it all back up again. And I've not once gone, oh, you know, you. I've not done that. And it's like, yeah, okay. I think if we are doing things with awareness, then that's like the grown-up way to do things,
Mm.
where we are just we're accepting where we're at, what we're doing, not judging it. And it's like every day is a new day. It's that, isn't it? And you get
Yeah.
to assess, and like you're going through your things and having some realizations, and yeah, you're assessing, deciding what you're doing.
Mm.
um to hear you say about how you're feeling about work, that's really good.
Mm.
Really, really good. Because when we started, I would say that was quite a big stressor for you, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
That's feels like it's really fallen into place in your, like where it sits in your maybe in your stress levels, let's
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I mean, there's still work to be done. There always will
Yeah.
be. Um, there's still the issue of it seems to be, excuse me, my week is Monday to Thursday work, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's really what I want to try and work on. And I even spoke to one of the girls who I do my like counterpart, and I think we really help one another because she goes through so much stuff as well. And we, I think we toss between each other of going, I'm gonna leave, I've had enough, I can't be doing
Yeah.
this anymore, and we kind of like talk each other down. So, but I mean, if she did leave, I'd fully support her because
Yeah.
you know for whatever reasons she wants to do different things, and that's fine. I wouldn't want her to go, but I quite understand.
Mm,
But we kind of like, and it's nice because I kind of, and and we talk about things, and she wants to do certain crafty things as well, and so it's quite nice. I mean, I don't open up fully to her, but
mm,
she's the only one I tell a lot of stuff to,
mm,
that I wouldn't tell to anyone else, and I think we kind of relate, and that's nice. So
mm,
but yeah, it is this kind of really getting work under control, and having time in the evenings to do things and not just
mm,
going there. But I think that just will have to come.
mm,
Um, but like you say, I'm aware of it now, and I'm really kind of, I have less days where I'm bleh than I do now, which has got to be a
mm.
bonus, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not dreading it as much. I mean, some mornings I go, one morning I thought I really don't want to do this, but I get
Mm,
on and do it. But I have not many of those, and I struggle in the winter as well. Anyway, with it being dark and everything, it's not my best
mm,
time either.
mm,
So I'm even more likely to go, no, don't want to do it. So yeah, so like you say, I have come,
mm.
I have, oh yeah, I've moved on with it a little bit, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I know you've talked about what you've talked about.
Hmm.
Um, I've got an idea of what we could do today.
Okay.
It's a bit of an assessment. It's like closing off 2024 and setting up for 2025.
Yeah.
And um, so you will be goal setting. It will be, there will be goal setting in it,
Okay.
which I think that still fits in with what you've said.
Yeah.
And also, Joe, I'm thinking, well, not thinking, but just saying to you, remember that the list, when you was going through the list and you're saying what you had and hadn't done, it is a lot.
Yeah.
And to change everything all at once and to be on top of it all the time, every day, is a lot.
Yeah.
So the fact that you were saying, like, there were some things that, yeah, I haven't done that, but it's here and I'm aware of it, and and I'm coming to it. Like that's good. That's good. And not getting the walking done, not having the exercise, not doing the exercise. You did yoga last week, I remember, because you told me about it. It's been Christmas, it's been holiday time, and you'll get back into it.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, you're not down on yourself about any of it. So, that's the most important thing, because then it really means, yeah, that's you're not being kind to yourself. We're not
No.
being kind to ourselves when we're chastising ourselves for not having done something. So, and we're not children, we're adults, and we can be adult about it. That we accept, and tomorrow's another day, or today's the day that we're going to start.
Yeah.
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 Right. Okay. So, yeah. So I was going through the forms that you filled in before. I liked your compassionate statement. So this is when we did the shadow self exercise, where um, you you were using Jeff, Louise, your sister's friend, and Sarah, like things that they do that are a challenge, let's say, or
Yeah.
that, and so it was triggering a reaction in you, and somewhere, some level, it's a reflection of what you were doing or how you can behave. And the compassionate statement for that is that you came up with: it's okay to be imperfect. I am growing to achieve a better me. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
It's true. Is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am less, I could say I'm less not doing, but that's very bad English. So if I think about doing something, my first reaction would always be, am I going to do it perfectly? And not do it because I knew I wouldn't be able to, because it'd be the
Yeah.
first time I'd be doing something. Whereas now I'm more willing to do things.
Yeah.
I kind of, I just don't even think about how I'm going to do it sometimes, or I just go, oh
Mm.
yeah, okay, and I run with it a little bit more. So yes, I've probably
Mm.
eased up on the being needing to be perfect all the time is good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and the whole kind of like not beating myself up about stuff and going, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I definitely had a real mind shift on that. And even to the point where I'm still, part of me does still get a bit annoyed about things that I haven't done. There's still that little niggle,
Mm.
but it doesn't floor me now. It doesn't stop me in the tracks and I want to go, oh, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
I do sometimes. I just think, oh well, okay. But then I think, well, okay, probably at this moment in time, that's what you need. If you
Yeah.
need to go and read your, trashy books that everyone's all lovely, happy, and whatever, then go and do it.
Mm.
Don't worry about it. Don't think, oh, I should be reading about da because when I'm in the right mindset to be reading about my mind and everything else, I will do it. So
Mm.
yeah, far more accepting, I think, yeah, and compassionate in that respect. So yeah.
Yeah. That's brilliant. That's really forgiving. Like, forgiving ourselves is just the best way to be.
Hmm.
Okay. And then reminding you about your purpose statement. So we did this right at the start. I am the quirky, encouraging imp who uses honesty, challenge, and creativity to listen, be helpful, simplify, go above and beyond whilst being true to myself. How do you feel about that? How does that resonate?
Yeah. Yeah, I do need to put it up somewhere. I've got my other one. My other statement is on my bit of wood, and I can see my bit of wood, and I go past it every now and again.
Mm,
But yeah, I do. I need. Yeah, I suppose it is there, but I don't think about it regularly. But yeah, it is still.
mm,
I think a lot more of the kind of me wants to come out now, like with my color and what I wear and what I don't really care what people think, and
mm,
yeah, I think I'm probably a little bit more chilled out in that respect now. So, but wanting to move forward and really get there. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Well, I was reflecting on what I see of you in that statement. And yeah, you are encouraging, you are honest, you definitely creative, you work through challenge, you do listen, definitely helpful. When you're explaining the crafting, you do simplify, it's clear and it's clear. And you do go above and beyond. You do, like, you really care about what you do and how you help. And at the same time, I'm aware you're being true to you. You don't do, uh, like, you're not a people pleaser.
Do you know,
You
that's exactly the word that popped into my head then. I'm thinking, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I really see you in that statement, and quirky encouraging it just makes me smile.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
does
just
me.
love that. I just love
Yeah,
that. Because yeah, you
yeah,
can be cheeky.
yeah. The little
That's
mischievous
your
side.
vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So right, we have you got a journal or a piece of paper? There's going to be something that you write and then you're going to burn.
Okay.
So I'm not saying you burn it in the room, but
No,
if it,
let's set fire to it.
yeah, it'll make the house smell. So it may be that you go off to do it if that's okay, and then
Okay.
come back. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
If
I'm
that,
burning it now, am I? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I've still got a half burnt corn dolly. Bless her. I ought to put her out of her misery, didn't I, really?
Yeah.
Although what I did do, and I'll ask your opinion on this.
Yeah.
So when we did the Mabon
Hmm.
and we had our little pouches, didn't we? And we
Yes.
wrote things on and whatever. When I was having my clear up the other day, I came across them and they'd been on the side and they were there and I was aware of them, but I looked at them and thought and read them, but then I thought we've done that and I disbanded the bags and I don't know whether I should have or not. But then I'm thinking, well, if it feels right for you to disband it, then that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that it was clutter, don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but it was almost like, well, take the tea bag and go and use the tea bag. The coins are there;
Hmm.
they were there representing wealth and
Hmm.
prosperity, and we'll go eat them, and then that
Yeah.
might I haven't eaten them yet, but and the leaves they would all crinkled up and whatever. And I thought,
Yeah.
well, but yeah, let it go. And I think that
Yeah.
was really, and I thought, yeah, I'll just mention it to Vicky to say, because a
Yeah.
little bit of me was going, then this is my problem that I have to keep everything, but I don't. If it's done
Hmm.
its job, then it needs to move on
Hmm.
with it. So
That's right. Well, it's there to be used as and when. It is representative, but you can use it as and when. And also, so think about when it comes to this year's Mabon.
yeah,
Probably not going to do the exact same exercise, but it'll be something different. So
mm,
even if you, just saying, if even if you did have it Mabon this year, what are you going to do with what you made from last year? You don't need it. You definitely
don't
don't
need
need
it, do
it
I?
because
And
it's
this
a
is
new
it.
time.
This is
Yeah.
why I've got a house chock full of stuff, because I can't let things go.
Mm,
And I need to get into my head that it's fine. Whatever it is needs to move on, because that
mm,
for whatever reason it is, whether it's a book, I can let it go, because then that gives the room to bring more stuff in, new stuff that will kind of make me grow, won't it? So
yes.
I can't
Yeah.
stay stagnant, and I'm really kind of aware of that right now. So it's a good time for clearing, isn't it? Because it's like, right,
Yeah.
go get it out. It's going out the house.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Perfect.
clearing
I
my
think
mind as well, I suppose.
yes, definitely. Well, I think it served its purpose,
Yeah,
really. Very
yeah.
good. Okay. So I'm going to ask you questions,
Okay.
and then you can write down your answers. Like
Yeah.
write them down, and we'll talk them through.
Okay.
So the first one is, what are you most grateful for in 2024? Okay. What did you write?
So I put being here, being alive, healthy, my family, um, support friends, able to appreciate what is around me, and the ability to change my future.
Okay. In a few words, how would you describe your year in 2024? In as few words as possible.
So I've got challenging, enlightening, and growth.
Hmm. Okay, next is the question is, what aspects of your life have changed in the last year? So if we look at personal, in your personal life, what has changed?
Um, so my ability to see myself and reflect on that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My fitness, so I have been making concerted effort to get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
And in your professional life, what aspects have changed?
So work is not be all and end all, really. I think that's still work in progress, as Daddy would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Professional also kind of I'm working on being more compassionate about others and not quick to judge. Um, yeah, so that's coming from my own self development, I think, as well,
Mm,
and not wanting to judge people that I have been.
Mhm.
You don't know what's going on in people's lives, and if you don't make the effort to find out, or if they don't want to tell you, then you know, yeah. I was always very black and white about what's right, what's wrong, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of grey. So,
Yeah.
and who am I to judge? What? Yeah, I shouldn't be judging on their lives. That's not my place. So, yeah,
Mm.
I still do it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, because that's very a trait that we have, isn't it? But it's learning to kind of ease back and go, oh, hang on a minute, just have a little think before
Mm.
you blurt anything out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's all helpful, isn't it?
Hmm.
And in your spiritual life, so what aspects of your life have changed in your spiritual life?
Wow. Um, yeah. Where do I start? Uh, huge, I think huge kind of growth development in it. It's far more present, I think, in my life now.
Mhm.
Whereas before it would be like the crystals would be there, but I wouldn't really see them. The oils would be
Mhm.
there, but I wasn't really using them. And the whole kind of doing the circle, sister
Mhm.
circle, and the whole kind of it it's there now all the time. It's always it's not it's never very far away from my thoughts. It's
Mhm.
around me all the time. I mean, often I'll get the cards out and I just do a little thing, and so yeah, I think it's become part of my mainstream life rather than now and again I dip into it when I remembered, um,
Yeah.
which is good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, huge. And I yeah, it's all a development. I think I did the cards the other day, and it was something about spiritual growth, and you're in a better place, and you're moving towards it, and it was all going kind of going, woohoo, we're here, yay, she's listening at last, and it
Oh.
was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I do hear you, I am working on it. So yeah,
Mm.
I think whereas before it kind of, it was almost like it's like a hidden, not a dirty secret, but it was like I wasn't allowed. I still don't share it with everyone because
Mm.
it still is a little bit kind of woohoo woohoo, with the right people I will share it.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, definitely kind of more me, I suppose, being more true to myself again, isn't it, really?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fabulous. Okay. Did you need to write any of that down?
No, I think it's in
No.
my head.
Okay,
I
good.
just put uh yeah, I've just put mega growth. That kind of covers
Yeah,
it, doesn't
it
it?
does. Yes. Yeah. What were your biggest triggers in 2024?
Good or bad or both?
Biggest triggers. Oh, we could do both actually.
Yeah.
Never thought about it from a positive point of view. Let's do negative first and
Yeah.
then positive.
Well, you know exactly what that was going to be. My brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Had to be, didn't it?
Yeah.
What other bad triggers? Work to an extent, because I still
Mm.
think work's got a little bit of an element of the emotional eating, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what other triggers? I do get triggered by. I don't watch the news very often
Mm-hmm.
because it depresses me, and I know I should be aware of what's going on in the world, but I kind of shy away from it, which is not good because I should really be abreast of it. But I people's ability to be so horrible to one another. I
Mm.
think that's why I don't watch it, because it gets me really upset. And I know it's always usually money and religion, isn't it? Is the biggest
Yeah.
triggers, I suppose. But
Yeah.
and I suppose coming at it from a more of a spiritual kind of like, why can't we just all get on, you know? And I know that's a very idealistic, lovely, yeah, everyone being happy, and but I mean, God, we're so special, aren't we? We're so everyone's so worthy of everything, and yet we go around destroying everyone, and some people are so hell bent on it
Mm,
that really, yeah, that gets me annoyed, I think, and then I can't
mm,
do much about it, so I kind of, yeah, that's a trigger, isn't it, I suppose.
yeah,
State of
yeah,
the world, really.
yeah. So just as a comment, really, is yeah, I do not watch the news. I leave the room when mum and dad get the TV on because they're just like shouting at the TV because it's horrible.
Mm,
And it just brings the energy down. They watch it, it's the last thing they see on telly before they go to bed. You go to bed in that state. It's
mm,
never good news.
no.
Um, and I have a few friends. We do not watch the news, and what you need to know about does find its way to you. And even just using like your computer, like your homepage may have news flashes, or where
Yeah,
I, where I
I
do
do pick
catch
up.
the news, where I do catch the news, it's on the radio when I'm in the car. So I know that if I need to hear anything, I'm going to catch it on the hour. Um, and I do it as a form of protection because I'm no good if I'm like being triggered and upset and angry and frustrated. I'm not doing anyone any good. And I don't think it's burying my head in the sand either, because I know there's terrible people out there who do terrible things, and the politicians are liars. The
Mm,
people that are running the world are doing it wrong, as far as I'm concerned. And so I know that. So I don't feel that I'm burying my head in my sand, and I would rather be balanced and happy rather than and feeling like I can't do anything about it.
that's a very good take on it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
to protect yourself. At the end of the day, you have to protect yourself if you want to. Yeah, if you're like you like building a resilience to keep yourself calm, balanced, happy, and then there's, you can do your meditation and your yoga. That helps with all of that.
Yeah. And then you're sending out the good vibes out there, aren't you?
Yes.
Which is what we
Yeah,
want more of, isn't it?
that's
So,
right. Yeah. And they
yeah.
do say that all it takes is 1% of the population, talk about worldwide population, to like step into that, let's call it spirituality, and caring about the world and people, and the world shifts, and it has a knock-on effect.
Wow.
And because we're at this crucial time in humanity, I was going to go off on a bit of a tangent at the moment. I don't know if we've talked about this at all ever. Um,
Dipped into it, and I need to know more at some point. But
yes,
yeah, from
yeah,
what, like, when we get together and what the girls say,
yes,
and it's kind of like, oh, there's a lot bubbling, but I don't know what.
yeah,
And it's kind of like, I need to know, but I need to. It's like little baby steps, I think,
yes,
isn't it?
yeah,
Really?
yes, exactly, Joe. Baby steps, baby steps. I think to learn and to know about everything all at once, one, maybe you can't believe it. Two, it's so overwhelming. And three, where do I go now? Kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
is it in a good way?
Yeah.
But yes, so humanity, we're going through a major shift. Um, this time in our evolution was always going to happen. And it's called the golden age that we're stepping into, and the time that is, you've heard of the age of Aquarius. There's that song, the age of
Yeah.
Aquarius, and we think about the hippies in the
Yes.
60s and
Yeah.
the age of Aquarius. So that's us. Oh, I've got goosebumps. That's us being like free, coming into love and opening our hearts. And Aquarius can be quite, out there and yeah, up in the air and way like that. Um, and as we're coming into the Piscean age now, so the year that we are supposed to make this shift is 2032. Now, there's a lot of people that were saying, oh, you know, we're so far behind. We're still having wars. There's still so much poverty. There's so much imbalance and unfairness and yeah, just like all the hard stuff that's going on in the world. Um, but actually, we've been making really, really, really good progress. And according to, so this would be people that channel,
Right.
that get this information,
Mm.
that we are actually really ahead of time now. So we are possibly this time is going to happen sooner. It should do. And just like anything, when there's change, there's resistance. So if you think about, I'll send you a link to, I think Diana Cooper's written a blog about it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will send. Let me write that down. Golden Age, Diana
It's strange
Cooper.
because I've got a couple of her books and I dip into her occasionally, but
Yeah,
then I again forget and but
yeah,
like you say, it comes back round
yeah.
when I
You're
need to know it,
ready.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what? Right. Okay. So yeah, I'll come back to Diana Cooper. So yes, yeah, whenever there's change, particularly because when we get to the golden age, this is like life is going to be so different. It's going to be easy. Like we've lost so much of our gifts. We're actually like really, we're kind of like superhuman. Okay, so as we are human, this is only a fraction of what we are capable of. Like we have, and it's been taken away from us. This is going back a period of time ago. So whether that's 2,000 years, 5,000 years, I'm not sure how many thousands of years, but it was taken away from us and kept hidden. So our gifts, so we're all natural healers. We can all do telepathy. Um, Apparently we can all levitate. You know, we can all translocate, is that the right word? Where you can go to
Yeah.
another place. All of this is absolutely what we actually can do. I mean, how can you believe that? But okay. So the golden age is where we are living in harmony. And love is just, you know, that's how we exist. I mean, how far-fetched does that seem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
fictional,
it's over
isn't
there
it?
somewhere. Yeah,
Utopia, whatever.
yeah. You know, and so this is what the golden age is all about. So we've lived in a golden age before, and that's the Atlanteans. So you know about Atlantis.
Yeah.
So that was the last golden age.
Oh wow.
And what happened was that the masculine energy got involved, wanted to take control, got greedy, like the ego got involved, and Atlantis fell and collapsed.
Yeah.
So we're coming round to it again. So
Wow.
if you wanted to like go and read about Atlantis and just research and see what comes up,
Hmm.
um, you know, it's literally out of this world how they lived. But that is where we come from. We've done it before, and we've done it time and time and time before. When I did my yoga, oh my gosh, sorry, Joe, we're going on such a tangent.
No, it's
It's all
lovely.
right.
Yeah.
So when I did my yoga, so what I just said then, that's what I did know. When I did my yoga, the first day of the course, the teacher started off talking about time, and I'd literally have to have my notes out to be able to be really concise in an explanation because it was new information and it blew my mind. Um, so this is Sanskrit. So we're going over to India now. So, and you've heard about the Vedas. So these are scriptures from like real sages and spiritual people that were, just so knowledgeable and probably superhuman as well. I think they'd have to have been. Um, so they studied time, and there's a period of time is called a Kali Yuga. I can't even say the word, and it's broken down into it was something like there's 72. Let's say there's 72 Kali Yugas, and we are in number 32 right now. And there's a time period for 32, which is something like thousands of years.
Okay.
And like, if we think about the dinosaurs, were they millions of years ago? Is it a million years ago? I mean, it's like the numbers. I could not comprehend the numbers. And so just say we're in this 30-second Kali Yuga, which is a period of time, which is many thousands of years. In this one time, we've done the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, and we're coming into the Golden Age,
Right.
which is part of this Kali Yuga. And oh, I mean and I was just like, I just said, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through the 32nd, and yet there's all those many to come, and each one is thousands of years.
Wow.
So I've gone from feeling like me to just being like
Yeah. Minuscule.
teensy wincy.
Yeah.
Oh. So yes, that was really just to say that the golden age has happened before. The
Right.
fall of Atlantis was when it ended.
Okay.
So you can just have a look at Atlantis, and you'll see the kind of things, how they lived. Like, we didn't need money because it would have been a bartering system, or
Yeah.
you just didn't need money, and we had telepathy, and everything. Literally love and light. And they talk about the golden age. It's that heaven on earth, because it is literally heaven on earth, because
Yeah.
we're living in peace and harmony. But anyway, to get to that point, we've got, think of all the wars, the leaders of the countries that are just so bad, and there's probably going to need to be a revolution. But it's like the people are waking up, and they are seeing that what's going on is so wrong, and that we've been lied to, and it's such a vast subject, but we have to go through that period to get to the golden age, because we've been blind to all this stuff. We've been controlled, we've been coerced, we've been manipulated. And I've been looking at this for a few years. My mum really, really follows it deeply, and I actually go and ask her about stuff, because I I I have to be in the right headspace to hear some of it, because it's really dark and it's really horrible, and I've still got a life to get on with, and I need to keep moving forward, rather than I just don't have time to spend researching it. But there is so much information out there. Yeah, so anyway, the golden age, this is where we're heading to. But when you read Diana Cooper's blog, I bet you go, what? How? What? Really?
Okay.
Um, for me, because I work with angels, and so I'm like, yeah, I can believe it. Absolutely, and I'm up for that. And then you think, wow, that's at 2032. That's only 7 years away.
Wow.
Then there's like, there'll be like spiritual people or spiritual friends that will be just like, I can't see, I don't believe we're getting there, or that. But things are happening so quickly. Time is speeding up, and in no time at all. But there's going to be some tough time to get. There will be. and
Yeah.
we're already coming into it. We're already experiencing it. We've had COVID, um, and
Was
it's,
that so? Was that part of the plan then?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
And that's not part of the plan in terms of if we're talking astrologically.
Right.
It's like um, the the baddies
Yeah.
part of that. Um, they it's like something like that had to happen
Yeah.
in order for us to start waking up.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you start investigating it and looking at it, the facts speak for themselves and you can't argue with the facts. And the facts aren't even hidden. They talk
No.
about things being hidden in plain sight, and so people don't see them because they're hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
Nothing's been, yeah, anyway. Um,
Whole nother subject to chat
oh,
about.
it is. So, COVID, as terrible as it's been, and it is terrible, it's criminal, it's absolutely criminal,
Mm.
but for humanity, and that because that was worldwide, it's affected the whole world.
Yeah.
It is part of this shift to us moving into this time of peace and love. Um, and sometimes there's been many people, souls that have sacrificed their lives to be part of this time. Like some
Yeah.
of us are here um, to help others through it. Some of us are here to sacrifice ourselves for the greater good of mankind. And certainly, if you believe in a soul and that the soul goes home and it has a job to do there, or it chooses to come back. There's so many um, ideas of what can happen or where we go or what the point of life, the point of being
Yeah.
here.
Meaning of life.
Yeah, and spiritually, they say that the soul comes down to Earth to experience emotions. It's the only planet where we can do this. It's why Earth is so precious. Like in terms of doing angelic Reiki, we work with galactic healers and different star systems and star people beings.
Wow.
So I do work with that energy. Um, and their existence is not the same as ours. They don't have like this physical form where they don't need to eat and drink, for instance. It's just not needed. And
Yeah.
yeah, um yeah, that was a bit of a
Yeah. Definitely. Woo.
rude awakening for you there, Joe. A bit of an idea dump on you.
No, I mean, as I say, I love all of that because, yeah, I know there's a lot more out there, and I it's like a seesaw, isn't it, really? Part of me, and we've spoke about it at length before, but part of me is going, it's totally unbelievable. How can they, it's just someone else with an idea, a fad or whatever, and are we just being coerced into something else? But then I'm going, but it's all for the good, and then kind of, and there's too much of it about for all these people to have just imagined it.
Yeah,
So yeah, but it is kind of like you say, because it is so out there sometimes
yeah,
you do go, I'm not really sure here.
yeah,
So yes, I mean, I'm definitely in the camp of yes, but
yeah,
there's, I suppose it's like the ego and the whatever going, oh hello, she's on a little bit of
yeah,
a wobbly again, she's doing a woohoo stuff and can't
yeah,
possibly. And then you come across certain people that kind of shut it down, obviously, and
yeah.
you kind of go, oh well, maybe they've got a point, but they don't get much of a say, luckily. But yeah,
Mm,
it is really difficult. You've got, yeah, and
yeah.
I and it's having proof. I know you don't need proof, but you kind of do, doesn't it? It's like anything. It's kind of like, well, how do I know it's working? How do I know this is what it
Mm,
is? And yeah, it's
yeah.
yeah, it is mind
Yeah,
blowing.
I totally agree with you, Joe. And like in terms of evidence, so this is where, like, I would say part of the Illuminate process is learning about how to tune into yourself so you can trust
Yeah.
your feelings, your emotions, your feelings, your guidance. That's really at the crux of it. If we can do that, like we have all our own answers and we can receive information and we can go, right, no, that doesn't feel quite right to me, or oh, maybe. So it's, and I know you still have to have the mind going, questioning, because
Yeah.
yeah, you can't believe just everything that you're told. It's got to, yeah, it's got, yeah, you can't, yeah, it'll
You
be,
need that sort of challenge,
you
don't you, a little bit now and
do,
again?
yeah. So everything has its place, and everything is, yeah, definitely has its place. There was one other thing I was going to say. It was quite important. I thought it was quite important. What was it? No, it'll probably pop back in. It'll probably pop back in. Damn. Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone for the moment. No. Damn. Okay, I've really got to let that go, trying to stop remembering it.
Yeah.
So, yes, golden age.
Okay.
But
No.
yes, when you read Diana's blog, you'll go,
Okay.
I remembered what I was going to say. That was it. So, I was at a level of understanding, acceptance, kind of like, I believe it, but I just can't see how we can get to that point from where I am right now, 7 years away. How? Yeah, so that's kind of where I am. Otherwise, I'd be stuck. I'd be totally stuck. And then there was a guy that I went to he was doing a tour. His name's Sasha Stone. I think he was born in Africa. That's his home country. He sounds very English. Um, he he's an activist, and I went to see him in Glastonbury. He came over to do a tour. He hadn't been in England for 4 years, and he did a tour. So I saw his first one at Glastonbury, or second one that he did was in Glastonbury, and I saw his final one somewhere down in Southampton. It was so good. I would have followed him to see him at every single one. It was just amazing. It was mind blowing, and I learned things, and it blew my mind open to just ridiculous things that were just not on my radar. So whilst I was at a level of okay to going okay, and I know I'm not really explaining anything, but for instance, we actually believe this or not, Joe, we actually don't need to be eating. I mean, can you believe that?
Mm.
Um, the body, the expression, my body is a temple, it really is a temple. I've never seen it like that. I've heard it, but like it really is a temple. So where he's coming from is that, like Homo sapiens, that's how he refers to us as Homo sapiens, we are we are pure magic, and he talks us through the history of where everything was taken away from us and where we were then manipulated, and all that part of us is just so lost and buried, and it goes back to a particular time, an event that happened, and from that point on. So but where we're at is we're going to go back to where we were in terms of our powerfulness, and we had to be shut down because we were too intelligent, and for somebody that was ruling a country, they couldn't control people. So that's what
Right.
it was all done. Everything was taken away from us so that we wouldn't be empowered beings that could make our own decisions, kind of thing. So yeah, that was a whole other level of that. And a lot of what he said is still like, really, but there is, the evidence is there, and things take time, don't they, to just kind of like filter in and to actually fit in. So yeah, he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. It blew my mind, and I learned tons of stuff, things that I'd never heard of, and was just like, oh my gosh, and I thought I knew a bit. So yeah, it comes in layers, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's a shift, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's a shift in beliefs
Yeah.
of knowledge, actually. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that came from the question, what were your biggest triggers in 2024? That
Yeah.
conversation about um
Spirituality, I suppose, wasn't it?
yes, yeah. Okay. So coming back to that now. Right, so okay, next question. If I were to define my old self and old life pre 2024, what would it be? So, how were you before 2024? How would you define your old self and old life?
Confused,
Mm-hmm.
unfulfilled, stagnant, unhappy, no direction. Um, how many ways can I say the one thing? I think is one. Yeah, just no purpose, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe not no purpose, but I still don't know what my purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's ongoing all the time. I think it was a kind of an almost kind of like just really wanting to know why I'm here, and yeah, all of those I think kind of,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're just that feeling of knowing there's something more, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
but not sure how to get to it, and not, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that comes with an age thing, that you kind of like, oh my gosh, my life I feel is running away a little bit with me.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of always, it's always like, well, you're kind of defined in the fact that that you get married, not that you necessarily get married, but you have children, and you and then none of that happens. I mean, the marriage bit obviously did, but they're not having the children. That is still a big thing with me still.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, women are meant to have kids, that's it, that's really
Mm-hmm.
what they're there for, aren't they? Because it's whole nurturing and bringing and creating life. It's a big thing, and when you
Yeah.
don't do it, and it's not through choice that you haven't done it, that's a big thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of have lost your way. I mean, because most people that have kids, they bring the kids up, they look after them, nurture them, and then off they go, and then they kind of get a second, life and whatever. And but I feel yeah, what's my purpose? Why am I here? What am I doing? I
Yeah.
haven't even done that bit. I'm not even capable of doing that bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Failure. You feel a failure. And I know
Yeah.
you relate to all of that. So.
Okay, moving on to 2025 now. What are some aspects of your life you want to change in 2025?
My health, still that's always a big one, isn't it? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my mind, as in developing it and being more open-minded and growing and all of that that goes with it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, maybe relationships with others,
Mm-hmm.
possibly.
Is that friends, family, work?
Right, well, both, yeah, really,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah, what yeah. I suppose it's more about of why I'm here again, what
Yeah.
wanting to be yeah, just more aware of lots of things. I love when we have these chats because I kind of, my head's over here. I'm not here. It's kind of like, woo, kind of, yeah. Or
So
like
more,
what I feel like real life kicks in, and I know that's not right, but it kind of that does ground you, that doesn't it? The fact that I still need to go and do the shopping, and I still need to pay the
mm,
bills, and I still need to live my day, like you said, day to day life.
mm,
You don't have the time to kind of expand on all of the woohoos, but knowing it's there and kind of wanting to explore it, I suppose,
mm,
is the journey, isn't it? Of
yeah,
wanting
it
kind of
is.
like, okay, maybe I'm not just so shut down to everything. I'm more, and what I mean, it's always been there. I know now that because the fact that I've always wanted to do the aromatherapy, that the crystals, it's always been there, but it's always been a very minute part of my life, and it's
Mm.
never been strong enough to go. But now it's kind of going, we're here. We need to be used. We need to be challenged. We're there to support you. And that's a
Mm,
really big shift, I think.
mm.
Yeah.
And if you think, going back to the Golden Age talk, have you heard of the expression about 5D and 3D? Have you heard those terms used at all?
Um, only in the sense of like if something's 3D, you can see it sort of thing.
Okay,
But yeah, yeah,
all right.
not anything else.
Okay, so more and more people use the term about being 3D or 5D.
Okay.
And the D stands for dimension.
Mm.
So 3D, third dimension, that's us physical, is touch, this is it.
Hmm.
Fifth dimension is out here, like outside of ourselves.
Okay.
So angelic Reiki, it's called fifth dimensional healing because
Okay.
it is of a different dimension. And so I'm only commenting on that because you said something like, oh, I know we're not meant to. We were talking. You said something about spirituality, and you said, "Oh, I know, but we're not meant to spend time there because we've got to be in the real world, in the 3D." So this is where you can have what's the word? You can have a conflict because if we're a spiritual being having a human reality, we're doing both. Like, so spiritually, our soul, our spirit is not here, it's
No.
here and it's within. So, and we can't have a 3D existence without the spirituality because that's us. Equally, we can't have a spiritual reality without having this physical body that anchors our spirit, our
Mm.
soul, because they coexist together. But when we're living a life where we are acknowledging the 3D, because we have to, we've got to earn money, we've got to work and eat and look after ourselves. But if we give attention to our spiritual reality and existence and purpose, that sits in this fifth dimension, or that doesn't exist in 5D, but it's it it relates to 5D. It's kind of like how we relate to 5D, to that fifth dimension. And then they talk about 4D. So 4D, which is where you're definitely at, is where we know we're 3D, but we also know we've got stuff going on over here, and the spiritual aspect, and it's you're kind of like you're 3D on your way to 5D. So everybody has to go through that fourth dimension reality, and it is that waking up and being aware
Okay.
of it, that we are more than just our physical,
Yeah.
and that the spiritual has to have attention. It has to,
Yeah.
because it is how your soul expresses itself. It's how we use our intuition and how we get our external messages in whatever shape or form they come in.
Okay.
So yeah, in like, for instance, with all the girls that were here, apart from Emma, all of them would talk about 5D. You know, we'd sit, and I wondered if it had come up before when you'd been, you know, for my birthday, or that's kind of like the words that come up in normal
I missed,
conversation.
yeah, I missed a bit because at some point there was a bit of a talk about what was going to happen, but because I'd been out in the garden, so perhaps I was meant to be out in the garden,
Mm,
and clearing up, I came into the back end of it and I missed out on it, and I felt a little bit like, oh, I wish I'd been in on that
ah,
conversation, but maybe I wasn't meant to be in on that conversation at that point,
yeah.
because I think probably I can get quite overwhelmed with too much stuff, and then I go off in a tangent, and then what I feel like you say is the real world
Yeah.
I kind of I'm all or nothing, as you know. So then it
Mm,
would be everything would be over here, and I'd be dealing with all of that, and then I'd lose my grounding and roots. So
yeah.
yeah, so I think probably perhaps I just get like the odd little tether now and again,
Mm,
and then like you say, when I'm meant to know it, I will start to get to know it. So yeah,
yes. Yeah.
I mean that was May, so we that's
Yeah.
like, quite 7 months ago,
Yeah.
um that it's been sort of trundling around, and every time we get together we have there's little
Mm,
things going on, aren't they? And like with Claire,
mm,
what she says, sometimes I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. She's your girl to follow. With
Yeah.
she is so knowledgeable, and because she channels,
Mm.
and there's so much I can say about her. Yeah, she's your girl that you listen to or ask questions. You could say, I could, when we're all together one time, I'll ask her, yeah, Claire, can you share your insight on how you explain 5D, and how, because she has a dual life. When she goes to America and she's working in America, she lives a 5D life where literally she turns up, a phone will ring, that person wants an appointment. She got guidance to just drive to the other side of America. She
Wow.
got there, she met this person that she then spent 3 days with. They've now become best friends. Honestly, and it's like that from the moment she lands and she starts, and then just everything. Back in the UK, blocks. Yeah, blocks in all directions.
How strange.
So yeah, she really gets the 5D. Honestly, it blows your mind.
Wow.
Yeah, how it
Okay.
can be.
Yeah.
How it can be. And she doesn't question it. It's just that's how it's always been. So she
I
never
was going to
questions
say,
it.
yeah, it's that acceptance, isn't it? To know
Yeah,
that this is fine and this is what I am meant to be doing,
yeah.
and running with it. Whereas it is so easy to shut it down, isn't it?
Mm,
Because it's the unknown, and because it's like the proof element, and it is so easy to go, no, that can't be right. I can't be, and
mm,
yeah, I'm imagining it or whatever. Well,
mm. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, it's such a fascinating subject.
Mm,
Okay, so what are some aspects of your life you want to change in 2025? So you've got health, mind, which is developing, growing, opening your mind,
yeah.
relationships with others, more aware of purpose and spirituality. Is that the right way? Was that the right way to say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. More aware of purpose slash spirituality. Was there anything else? So I'm not asking you to give me anything else, but was there anything else?
I don't think so. No.
I mean, there's quite a lot.
Yeah.
How aligned were you with the following in 2024 on a scale of 1 to 10? Personal goals.
Probably about 3.
Really?
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
I don't
Profession.
like the word goal.
I don't. What could we use
I
instead?
don't know, but to me,
I personally, I don't like to use goal for me, and I say intention
that's a very
because
good.
it feels like there's a choice. Like a
Yeah.
goal feels very harsh
Yes.
and
A goal to me
unforgiving.
is kind of setting me up to fail.
Yeah, because it's either you do it or you don't.
Yeah.
Let's.
Whereas with an intention, it's kind of it's working towards it. I think
Mm,
because a goal to me, you've got to get to an end. You've got to
mm,
get the goal in the net. I think it's that association, isn't it? Excuse me. And if you haven't got the goal in the net, then you failed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, but then also from a coaching point of view, there has to be an end point so you know whether or not you've done it
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well. But the word intention, that's what I respond to. So I will say that word instead of gold.
Thank you.
Okay, so professional intentions, 1 to 10.
How aligned was I with it? Probably about 3, I think, because I've not done anything with that.
Yeah,
That's over here. Yeah.
yeah. And spiritual goals, 1 to
Oh wow.
10.
um, Probably about 8.
Yeah, good. Right. Okay, so now, Joe, you're going to, this is where putting it on a piece of paper, we're going to do a cord cutting exercise. This will be what you burn. So if you want to
Right.
do it on a separate piece of paper to whatever you're writing on,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do cord cutting exercise, and you're going to write a letter to yourself, letting go of what no longer serves you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to go and make a drink for myself. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And um, and just checking you're okay for time.
Yeah, I'm
It's
good.
half 11. Yeah. Okay. So yes, writing a letter to yourself, letting go of what no longer serves you. Serves you. Yeah. Okay. I'll put some music on as well. Can you hear that, Joan?
I can, thank you.
Good. Okay. Right, so I don't need to know what you've written down at all. So that's
Okay. I don't mind sharing, but it's not a problem, whatever.
voice it if it helps, definitely. Sometimes it helps to.
Okay, so I no longer need to doubt myself and my ability to achieve the things in my life that will help me grow and develop into the wonderful human being I know I am. Letting go of my judgmental side, the ties that keep me restricted in my thoughts, being a perfectionist, not willing to try new things, being scared to step out of the box, worrying about what people think, and limits on what I should be doing and feeling if it is not causing an issue to anyone else.
Cool. Fabulous. Now that piece of paper, I'm going to send you off to burn
Okay.
and come back when you've done it, and
All right.
observe how it burns.
Okay.
Just notice how it burns.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, I can get out of the chair. Oh. Oh, it's cold out in the garden. Right.
How did that go? How did it burn?
So I folded it into four because I had an A4 piece of paper. I folded it into four, and it started very slowly at the edge, and it was just like this creeping. And then it got to the middle and it went whoa, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
And then it got to the end, and then bits of it hadn't done. So I
Mm.
tried to light another match, but those bits wouldn't burn. But there was only a few words, and it wasn't distinguishable really. But this is
Ah,
like it had done what it needed to do.
yeah.
Yeah, weird. Good.
And how do you feel after burning your paper?
Kind of. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
Good, good,
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah. No more beating myself up and going, just kind of like, yeah, you can do this. Yeah.
mm, I'm reflecting on how that burned. If that represented the year, like think of how the year went,
Yeah, it's just sort of go a bit slow, didn't it? And then
and
kind
then
of,
you
and then,
everything sped up
yeah, yeah,
in terms of you and your growth
yeah,
as well.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I was looking back over my calendar last night and I was just picking, I was trying to make sure my birthdays and things because they'd all dropped off and I was trying to, and then I realized that a lot of a lot of the things it had like an end date instead of being forever, and I didn't realize it had even done that. So I was going through and then I got to August when we started doing this. I was like, crikey, was it? Part of me feels like it's been no time at all, and
Mm.
then part of me thinks, crikey, we've been doing it for not for that long. I don't mean it like
Yeah.
that, but kind of like, oh wow, it was, August and we started, and it's like, yeah, it was quite kind of like things. And then like with my personal training, oh, I've been doing that for quite a while, but it seems to have flown. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Good bit of reflection.
Yeah, definitely
I,
time flies by a lot quicker now, though. I don't
oh,
definitely.
it does. It does. And actually, they've proven that time has sped up.
Really?
It's like a second,
Oh
you know.
yeah,
I mean, it's not hours,
yeah,
but
but
it has sped up.
wow.
Okay, so we've said goodbye to 2024. Yay! Thank you,
Yeah,
2024. Bye
yeah,
bye. Bye bye.
all good and bad.
Yeah. So now it's time to moving forward
Uh-huh.
and begin connecting to the new energies of this year and what the year ahead has to offer. Now,
Okay.
do you have a sense of what this year feels like? Can you feel a difference to last year?
Yeah, not really given it much thought, but yeah, sort of optimism, I think. And do you know what? I think I'm on Facebook, and I don't do it very much, but
Yeah.
is it OM or something that you follow,
Yeah.
and that comes up, and they did like a quiz, like a word thing, a word like words to pick out, and I think and optimism jumped, and I'd forgotten, but optimism jumped out at me. I can't remember what the other two words were, but yeah. So yeah, optimism. I think I kind of, and I think because I didn't set any New Year goals. I mean, I've looked back, I found old diaries, and every year I write the same things. It's my health, it's my this, and
Mm,
it's the same thing, but it's meaningless. Whereas I didn't do it this year because I didn't need to do it, because I know what my intentions are going to be. And I think that, again, because I was writing goals, it was setting me up for failure
mm,
instead of me viewing it as being a kind of like, this is what I want to achieve. It was kind of like, kind of saying, this is what you've got to do. This is going back to kind of writing it down makes me almost feel like someone's telling me I've got to do it.
mm.
I don't work well with that. So
No.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, optimism definitely. I think, yeah, really wanting to get out there and change the world.
Yes.
Which I do
Yeah.
feel in most years, but it goes off very quickly.
Yeah, I think this year is going to be like no other. I feel so optimistic about this year.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever felt like I do that I do. I
Oh
don't
wow.
know. Yeah. And yeah, I think everybody that I've asked that to, they're like, yeah, it feels really good. You know, there is a very upbeat feeling. So we're in a number 9 year, and
Okay.
number 9 is all about finishings, endings. So we have a cycle. So when it gets to the 10th year, it goes back to 1.
Okay.
So number 9 is the last of a cycle.
Okay.
So it's about completions. So just good to note that. You know, it's helpful actually to have that awareness, to think, okay, what is it that I really need to finish, uh, whether that's you know, a project, or you know, maybe like for me, what would it be? Well, I could say finish my website. I mean, I'm going to get it done this month. You know, that's just an
Yeah.
example. Other, or what else would it be? What else do I need to complete? No, that's the only thing I feel like is not complete right now. Everything else I know is in hand, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just an example.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you want 2025 to look like for you?
I want to have more fun. Uh, I well, I have so much. I suppose my health again. I know it always keeps coming back to that, but I want not just my health, but the feeling, feeling. What do I want to feel? I want to feel well in myself. I think that's a better explanation of it.
Yeah. Would well-being, improved
Yeah,
well-being, feeling
yeah,
well in myself.
yeah.
So,
Well-being, yeah, rather
yeah,
than health, because
yeah,
yeah, well-being, as in, yeah. I just want to feel amazing,
yeah.
alive, and I want to get all the other bits under control. So
Mm,
my cough, my menopause, I just kind of need to be firing on all cylinders. I think that's my kind of,
mm,
yeah. Um, Fitness, I suppose that comes along with it, doesn't it? Really. So that's well-being. Yeah, it's all kind of,
it's covered.
yeah,
Yeah.
fitness. Um,
So more fun, feeling well in myself,
yeah.
improved well-being.
Um, do some more challenging things. So yeah, kind of, I suppose that's the fun bit really. But yeah, just looking and booking more things to do, whether it be a creative, a spiritual. Yeah, I want to kind of map out the year a little bit more rather than just
Mm,
waiting to see what comes up. I mean, my sister and my niece have been talking about, we're gonna put dates in the diary where we will get together, whether it be
mm,
me go to them or them come to me. We're not going to have another year like last year where we didn't get together, so we are going to make a concerted effort
mm.
to sort things out, really. So,
Yeah.
which will be a challenge for me because, as you know, I don't do planning.
You
But
try
planning
it.
the good stuff and the nice stuff is different to
Yeah.
knowing I've got to do the whatever, pay the
Yes.
bill.
Yeah.
What else do I want it to look like? More of my crafting, I think, more of my, yeah, so more of the activities I want to do. I just want to live my life, I think.
Mm,
And I think, and also just maybe look at how I deal with the like the not so nice things. Try and switch that to make it more of a learning curve or a challenge, not a challenge,
Mm.
but a more of a, oh well,
Growing.
growing, yeah, you're being told this or you've got to go through this, because if everything was roses, then we wouldn't appreciate, if you don't have the bad, you can't appreciate the good, can you? So it's
No.
the yin and the yang and all of that, isn't it?
Yeah. And without the growing, we don't get the good stuff.
No.
Because once we've got good stuff, it becomes normal.
Yeah.
There's no more growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get complacent. Easy to get complacent.
I think it's also appreciating the little things, isn't it, really? You know,
Mm.
kind of not, I keep thinking, oh, when I'm feeling better, I'm gonna do, when I'm, you know, in a better, when I've sorted the house, I'm gonna do. Well, what about just like doing the little things as you go along and not having to keep
Mm.
having these grand gestures? Because I often find if you not when if you do get to the grand gestures, they're not that great, and then they're over, and then well you feel a little bit let down, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, what now?
Yeah, yeah. You know, you're waiting for the big hurrah, and it's a
Yeah,
bit of a wet blanket, isn't it,
yeah,
really? Sometimes you think, oh well, you know, oh okay, I was kind of building, and that's like with the goal thing, isn't it? I was
yeah.
building and building and building to this, and it's like, oh okay, well yeah, I've done that, great, tick it off. So yeah, I think it is being more appreciative of all the stuff as you go along and the day stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think 2025 will look like for the collective? Now, when I say the collective,
Okay.
that's up to you whether you view that as humanity, for women, for your spiritual community, wherever you, whatever resonates with you. So it's seeing it beyond yourself, but seeing yourself as part of the
Okay.
greater whole.
um I think development,
Mm-hmm.
um empowerment, because I think we're definitely becoming more empowered, aren't we? I think, I don't think, I know
Yeah,
we are. um Sort of spreading the word, maybe more, kind of
mm-hmm.
just making more people aware of things.
Mm-hmm.
Connection.
Mm-hmm. Who's the connect, or what's the connection with? Is it
Each
to
other, I think,
each other?
maybe
Yeah.
more, yeah, more of an actual physical connection rather than kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
which I think we've spoke about, haven't we, how it does help.
Yes.
You can get more energy, and whilst you can feel it, I think to be in it is a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah. That yoga on Saturday was amazing. Like as a group, like one to one, we're doing it on your own. You feel it, don't you? You can feel it and you feel the difference.
Yeah.
And when there is something special about group energy,
Yeah.
because you're bouncing off each other and you feel it, you feel each other's energy
Yeah.
as well. Um,
I'm just going to get my lead. Sorry, my battery's saying it's
okay, I heard a bib.
yeah. Oh, I must put it out under Eddie's desk. There's so many cables and leads and boxes. Need to get rid of that. There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, I think
Okay.
I've saved. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So anything else to add? What do you think 2025 will look like for the collective? So that's, you've said about development, empowerment, spreading the word, connection with each other physically, in person.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. This is a good one. This is opening you up. What lessons do you want to learn in 2025?
What do I want to learn? Why I'm here.
Yeah.
And what I can do to help that, as in purpose, I suppose. It's back to purpose, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For the yeah.
Were you going to say for the greater good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like, well, yeah, what I'd like to think I've got a purpose.
We all do.
Yeah.
We all do.
Because sometimes you feel like, why am I? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'd say, well, what's the point in me being here if there's if
Yeah.
what is the point?
Yeah.
I'd get quite arsy about that as well. What's the point?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just cooling along, and I'm not making. Well, you
yeah.
are definitely making a difference with everyone, but I feel I don't. But yeah, that's the self
Yeah.
and all of that, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Lessons to learn. Lessons to learn. What lessons do I want to learn? To be able to see beyond myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I get quite insular and yeah, so I think I want to be more open to others, I think, and more kind of resonate with them a little bit. I know I've kind of need to get myself sorted, in the sense of knowing I can't really help anyone else if I've not helped myself. And that, but it's easy to say you want to help others and then not look after yourself. I know there's a little bit of that, isn't there? As a bit of really, but yeah. Maybe what I can help with, like the community, maybe if there's projects I could get involved in, and little things that I could do. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. No, it's big
Struggling with this.
yeah, it's big stuff. That's really
Yeah.
It's big. It's big stuff.
Mm.
What was it? There was something you said I wanted to say something on, to be able to be beyond myself, be more open to others. Oh, when you were clarifying how I could get this. This could be completely wrong, Joe, but I was hearing you say, and it sounded like what you were saying was that to help others, you've got to help yourself first. Like you said, I want to help others, and then, oh, but I've got to help myself first. So. Can you just define that a bit more?
So a lot of the time, you always want to jump to help others, kind of with anything or everything, and you don't take it on board that you yourself need to be in a better place in order to be able to help them fully. Does that make more sense? So
It does,
it's
yeah.
kind of like taking care of yourself first before you,
Yes.
it's a bit like putting the oxygen mask on you before
Yeah.
you do anything else, isn't it? I've heard that a
Yeah.
lot, like coming from lots of different directions, but it's kind of like, you know, it's so easy to go, oh yeah, I want to try and I do, and I want to make more of helping others, and I
Mm.
don't think I do enough of that, so I want to grow in that, but still remember you've kind of got to make sure your foundations are strong before you take on other things, so you're kind of not jumping into it and getting burnt out before you then haven't sorted yourself out, if that makes sense. Does that make
Absolutely.
sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think as a human, and as a woman, you sometimes don't, you forget that, don't you? And I know that's
Yeah.
all about self-love, and that's
Hmm.
really hit home a lot, and kind of like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, remember
Oh,
to, you know, it's getting the balance, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so anything else before we move on to the next bit? What lessons do you want to learn in 2025? So I've got why I'm here, what I can do to help, that help as in purpose for the greater good, to be able to be beyond myself, and I put in brackets about being insular or can be insular, so to be more open to others and resonate with them. I can't help anyone else unless I help myself, which we've clarified about considering self before you help others. So oxygen mask, your own oxygen mask on first. And helping with community projects. Is there anything, yeah, that you can do there?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. We're going to do a little. It's not really I wouldn't say it's a meditation as such. Maybe let's call it a visualization, or just call it an experience. So you can sit back, close your eyes. So taking a couple of deep breaths. Maybe having a yawn or a stretch. Coming fully into your body and letting your next breath, the effects of that breath, really work their way down to the soles of your feet, bringing your awareness to the soles of your feet and imagining you've got roots going down all the way down through Mother Earth to her core, where she holds you lovingly, unconditionally, and compassionately. And she sends her holding, supportive energy all the way back up your roots, all the way to your feet. That energy continues up through your legs, around your hips, up through your torso, up your chest, across the top of your shoulders, down your arms into your hands and fingers, and then coming up further still through your neck, in your head, and then spilling outside of your physical body into your aura, just being completely held by Mother Earth, and then imagining a cord connecting you to the universe that's holding you, connecting you to the group consciousness and all that is, all that light from the universe, that spirituality, the wisdom, just letting that cord bring down universal light and love, working its way down through your head, your neck, across your shoulders, down your arms and hands, into your hands and fingers, then down your spine, filling up your torso, your hips, your legs and your feet. And then just imagining that light circulating all around your body, going into every single cell, helping to release what's no longer needed, transmuting into vibrant, energetic, happy cells. And then that energy, that sense spills out of your physical body into your aura, so merging with Mother Earth. So you're completely held and supported from below and above as this beautiful, energetic being that consists of a physical body and a soul, your spirit. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to scan your body. So just bring your attention to maybe start from the feet and objectively observing each part. And just be open to notice anything at all, be that a sense of a colour on a particular area, or a word just popping into your head, or a thought or a feeling, and then any sensations. And you've done this before. It's an experience, nothing more, just an objective experience. So starting at the feet, and then I'm going to call out different areas of the body. So yeah, noticing, becoming really focused on your feet, toes, ankles. And then moving up your calves into your knees. Moving further up into your thighs and into your hips, into your sitting bones, the base of your spine, the small of your back, your reproductive area, the lower abdomen. And if it helps, you can place a hand or both hands on each area from this point forward if you wish. And maybe breathing into that area as well. Just imagine that your breath as you breathe in reaches down, all the way down. And also notice if any emotions come up as well as you notice each part of your body. Now moving up to your solar plexus and the area between the bottom of your ribs and your belly button. So all that digestive area. And now moving up to your heart area. So the space between the bottom of your ribs and your collarbone. And that can include the front and the back of your chest. It can include your arms as well. And then moving up to your throat area. So there's the front and the back, front and the back. Being aware of how it feels. And now moving up to your head space. So see what comes. And you could focus on your third eye. And you could focus on your crown as well, so the top of the scalp. And then you could bring your attention to the area just outside your body. So this is where our emotions can sit, in our aura. So just imagine that you could feel what your aura is holding or is receiving or releasing. Just be aware. Okay, so we're going to start to come back now, bringing yourself gently back into the room. Is there anything you want to write down before you say anything else? Anything you want to note?
Not really.
Okay. So did you get any sensations or
My stomach started grumbling right from the very start.
yeah,
Um, yeah, really loud grumblings quite a lot of the time throughout it all, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was that. Not particularly just when on the stomach area.
Mm.
My knee tingled a little bit, and I got white, the word
Oh,
white,
okay.
when but then it's my knee I got a problem with. But why white? I don't know. Um, and then my head, when I was doing my head, I didn't get a lot of colour this time. I got the odd bit of purple sort of
Mm-hmm.
throughout, and then some quite a lot of like I'd say black, but like nothing maybe. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I did get a little bit of like like the aurora colours, like the greens, a little bit when it was in my head. Um, but yeah, not any particular pain anywhere. Or oh, my
Mm-hmm.
throat. Yeah, my throat. Not when I was doing my throat, but at one point I sort of swallowed and I felt my throat was really sore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, other than nothing really. Not like the pains I had before, or no,
No.
and not much going on there at all.
Excellent. Okay. I'm so glad that you did that because I know when we started doing this at the start and you'd say, oh, I can't do this, or it oh, I never get da 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 da, and then it was that you had that breakthrough one, that breakthrough session where you're like, oh, well, all I got was just this pain, and then you went into it and you had that,
Yeah.
and the pain just went.
Yes.
So it was really good to do that because you didn't say any of that and you just said what you got. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm beyond thinking I've got to see or
Yeah.
feel or whatever. It's just I am.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. It's an experience. That's how we have to look at it.
Yeah.
It's an experience. We don't need to judge it. And how is your knee? Do you
Still a
have,
bit painful, actually. Yeah, I did struggle. I think I really struggled from
of
Saturday.
course, the yoga?
Yeah, and I was gonna bring my cushion, and then I didn't, and I wished I had because I also felt the next day, God, my hips, because sitting cross-legged for that length of time, and I don't normally have a problem with that, but
Mm,
I I was quite restless in the day because I couldn't, probably because I'm just not used to sitting for that length of time, but I just struggled
mm,
sitting all the time.
yeah.
Um, so my knee was a little bit, yeah, a bit iffy from that, and also my shoulder and whatever. I mean, it was brilliant when you did the massage, but this week I've really struggled with it again.
Mm,
It's just not easing, and I don't know whether it's partly because I'm on my computer and that's my mouse hand. Um, I really don't know what it is, but
mm,
I mean, I got the tennis ball out again a few times because it's really becoming a more, a pain, a real pain sort of
mm,
thing. So I don't know what's going on there really, but yeah.
mm.
Um, so yeah, that's it
Okay.
really.
So we can, when our tummy is grumbling, we can definitely look at that as and say we're digesting, we're
Right.
digesting information.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's so normal for that to happen when you have healing or any kind of
Energy,
treatment.
isn't it? It's the
Yeah.
energy's moving around and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And white. So we would describe that as being about it's such a pure spiritual color. It's like clear, pure. I mean,
It
it's
was the word white though. It wasn't the colour.
oh right, okay. The word white.
Yeah. But just like because I was just thinking about my knee and it just came up with white. Like,
Oh right, the word white.
yeah, not rather than the colour, because normally it is only colours with me, isn't it?
Hmm.
But no, it was the word
The
white.
white.
I don't know.
What does white mean? What does white mean to you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
white's kind of like pure, isn't it? Like you say, pure
Mm.
snow white, and yeah. But how that's any relation to my knee, I really don't know. But bit of a strange one. But
Mm.
write that down. Actually, white.
Yeah. You never know. You might meet somebody called Mrs. White or Miss White or Mr. White.
Yeah,
Could be not just,
pull my knee out.
yeah. Well, this year may unfold. May that unfold.
That'd be interesting. Keep that.
Yeah. Um, Interesting. You have black, or it could have been nothing. Black's actually a really, um, it's actually a good color as well. It's not
Yeah, I don't
about,
have a problem with black. I mean, a lot of
no,
people think it's dark,
no,
but I find it more. There's so much in there, isn't there? Black.
yeah. I find it really peaceful,
Yeah,
actually. Like if you,
like the night sky is
yeah,
black, isn't it? So yeah.
yeah, yeah, possibly unusual to see it, or to get a sense of it.
Mm.
Um,
It could,
in
like I
your
say, it could be just nothing. It could be
yeah,
like a void. That's the
avoid,
void of anything, kind of.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful aurora colours around the head, lovely,
Mm.
and something going on in your throat.
Yeah.
So
I
no
sort of like
surprises
swallowed, and
there.
it was like, oh my god, I've got a really sore throat. It's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Mm.
I've not been coughing as much, although I do it now and again. But
Mm-hmm.
whether my omeprazole is working, I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm going to take it that it is. I'll do it for a while, and then I might stop it again to see if it. Because I don't like taking them, but I
no.
couldn't carry on with the coughing that I was doing. It was upsetting me. It was upsetting Eddie. It was
Mm.
just a constant kind of, you know, yeah, not good. So
Mm.
I really need to get to the bottom of this cough.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to need to do to find out about it, but whether it's a kind of ask the universe kind of thing or more of a, yeah, because I've gone down the other route. So perhaps it
Mm.
is more of a kind of a, yeah, other thing that I need to address. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, considering you've had it for so long, haven't you? So long.
Yeah. I would have thought it might have, with all that I'm doing, if it was more of a kind of a problem about expressing myself, it would have shifted by now. But maybe I'm still only just starting on my journey, aren't I, really? So, because there's always been
Well,
that it's an emotional thing rather than a something wrong. But don't know.
but it could be something that you've brought in on this lifetime.
Yeah.
And if you think about expression and expressing yourself, how you were this time last year in that expressing yourself compared to now in expressing yourself, has there been a change?
In my cough,
No, in expressing
in
yourself, so
expressing
relating it to
myself.
the throat.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have got better at it, haven't I? I've not. Yeah.
Well, you had the whole holiday thing with your
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah. So I suppose, yeah, yeah, it is getting there, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. Something
What's
to work
that?
on.
Certainly, what I've noticed with what we've been doing, you're
Yeah.
definitely expressing yourself more.
Yeah. I don't find,
Definitely.
I mean, I still find the goals and the what you want to get rid of and what you want and don't. And I still find that all, I mean, like Saturday was a real challenge because it's like, it's a lot of time to think about anything and everything, and I think I spent a lot of the time thinking about nothing. But yeah, it because I don't ever stop and do that kind of thinking, and it takes practice, doesn't it? It's like anything, You know, it takes practice to keep thinking, what do I want? Where do I want to go?
Mm,
Have I gained? What have I learned? You know, because you that's not ever on the radar, is it, normally? But yeah, it is becoming easier. Like you say, I
it
don't
is.
go into panic mode of, oh, I can't do this now. It's just kind of like, oh, well, I'll see what comes
Mm,
up. So yeah, I've grown in that respect. Yeah.
definitely, definitely. I can remember the first time ever doing anything like this and being asked, what do I want? I was so angry. I cried. I was so frustrated because I didn't know. And I
Yeah.
was cross that I didn't know. And it just opened up this can of worms. How unhappy I was. And I didn't know. I didn't know I wasn't happy until I was asked that question that I couldn't answer. And it's, oh, why don't I know?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
so easy. Everyone, you know, you see all these blogs about everything, and oh, these are my goals, these are my achievements, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to do it. And I'm like, I have no idea. I do. Am I such a boring person? I don't know what I want to do, and I don't know where to go, and I don't know how
mm,
to achieve it. And yeah, and it does frustrate me, but
yeah. But you have
it's
to be asked it
yeah,
to even find out if you know. Unless you know, it's such a conscious thing. You have to be so conscious about it. And if you've never been asked or you've never asked yourself, then you don't, then you, and otherwise, if you didn't need to be asked, you'd already be knowing
doing
what
it.
you're
Yeah,
doing and where
exactly.
you're heading and what you want. And if you're
Yeah,
not
because you wouldn't
there,
be
then
challenging the fact that you don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's such an important journey. It's so important, so important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this time next year, I think
I'll be buzzing.
you'll be very surprised. Well, you won't be surprised because you'll have done a year. But if you
Yeah.
could see yourself in a year from now at this moment, I think you would be very, very happy to see.
So yeah.
Yeah, you can't not do that. Once you start this, there's no getting off
No,
because you
no,
just want,
exactly.
you grow and you want and you love and you're happy and you know, you just get into flow and it becomes normal.
Yeah,
And then it becomes, well, why would I be any different?
yeah,
Why would I
yeah.
change?
Because I'm in my happy place. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Was there anything else? Right. Okay. Okay. Now I think two. We're just going to have like it's 20 to 1, Joe.
oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, 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 no. I've purpose. This is probably more like a workshop, but I really wanted to like do something like this. So so then on our last session we won't be doing this because you'll
No,
kind of like be set up for you know what you want and then
yeah,
we'll get more out of the
sort of
final
wrapping it up,
session.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so as long as you're okay, I'm
Oh
okay.
yeah, I am. Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
Okay. Let's do a little bit of movement now. I love that song, Shake It Off, so we'll do some silly, funny, shaking, dancing, whatever you want to call it. I'll find her. So let me get that. Shake it off. Let's move it about.
Is it playing? Because I can't hear anything.
Oh no! There's me dancing. I'm glad you said.
I can't hear anything.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't click. share sound. Oh,
You were
I
having your
did.
own little party, weren't you?
I was.
I thought
Can
it'll
you hear
start
it?
in a minute.
You got it now.
I've got a screen sharing, yes.
Are you getting the sound?
No.
Okay. Let's stop. Stop share. Share. Okay, I've clicked it. It should work.
I've got screen sharing.
Okay, can you see?
I've got nothing. I've just got a blank page. Whereas before,
Right,
when you did it before, I got like a playlist.
yeah, that's what.
Yes, got it now.
Okay, all right. I just got a message on my computer saying low resource, so I think it's my computer. But I'll press
Okay.
play.
Okay.
Make sure you can hear it.
Yeah, got it.
Got it! Yay!
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. Can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Break, 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 break. And the fake is gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it out, I shake it out. I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own, dancing on my own. I make the moves up as I go, and that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. In my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it out, I shake it out. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 break. And the fake is gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out, I shake it out.
Hey, hey, hey! Just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, but I'm just gonna shake into the fella over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. Yeah, 'cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it out, I shake it out. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 break. And the fake is gonna fake, 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 and fake, and fake. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it, yeah, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. And you got to, I shake it
Oh, that was good.
Good.
Wonderful. Can I share this photo with you?
Yes.
I've literally just taken it out the window. Oh, it's not as good as I was hoping. I'll send it anyway.
Yeah.
Because you'll get the idea, I think. So looking out the window at the moment, it's gone, it's going now. But I had all these clouds. I had the sunlight, but all the shafts of sunlight coming down through, and like a little bit of a kind of a glowy bit at the side. And it was just, I mean, that picture is nowhere near as, it was so bright and it was amazing.
Oh my gosh, share it. Oh, you got it. You sent it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just sent it to you.
Oh, I can see the
Can you
shards.
see? Yeah, but it was so much brighter than that picture. But it was just like the whole sky was alight with that
That
colour.
I've got goosebumps looking
Yeah,
at that.
it was amazing. It was as if the whole sky was alight with energy or something. So yeah, amazing.
If that isn't affirming, I don't know what is.
I know. Yeah, I really do need to listen, don't I?
Oh, amazing. Oh,
Oh,
okay. So I'm just going to read a few words out. So the cosmic gateway gives us a head start, opportunity to transmute our intentions into manifestations. And before we can write a wish list for the universe, we have to harmonize our intuition and intentions to narrow down exactly what we want. The key here is to not get caught up in the material, the 3D matrix, 3D, I explained about that earlier. That means just getting caught up in your head, and to take the time to understand the foundation of our desires. So, for example, if I said I want to have more money, it's because so that I can travel more or do more. So that's what it's saying when it's about the foundation for our desires.
okay.
So, what can you, in a sentence, say what your ultimate intention for 2025 is?
Oh, okay.
And remember, Jo, it doesn't have to be big and massive.
No. Okay, so I've written feel at one with nature, myself, and the universe. That covers a lot of things.
It does. So feel at one with nature, myself, and the universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very big goal.
It is,
Intention.
and it's not. It is, and
No,
it's not.
because it could be the
Think about
smallest
it.
thing, and it could be the whole. Yeah, so like you say, it doesn't have to be big.
Yeah. And that is so doable.
Yeah,
In a moment, we can be there, can't we?
yeah, like looking out at the sky and appreciating the clouds, and or having a dance, or because at that moment it's so joyous, isn't it? I thought that I was thinking that, I mean, my dance thing came up at my motivation thing when we did it at the weekend, and like the music and just getting up and having a dance, but making it all the time, not just when I think, oh, I should be dancing, just do it all the time. Yeah.
It's so life-giving. So your ultimate intention is to feel at one with nature, yourself, and the universe. What's the number one thing you want to manifest in 2025?
Joy.
Okay. And the reason you want to manifest this in your life is because, what's that reason? It could be more than one reason.
Why do I want to manifest joy? For what it for how I feel when I'm joyful, the 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 joyfulness you feel, I suppose. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? Why do I want to manifest it? Because it's a happy place. It's even the word is so small, such a small word, but it creates this kind of, yeah, it just brings up memories. It brings up what you want to achieve, what what even the slightest thing can give you joy. So it's or the biggest thing that, yeah.
Hmm. And what if when you're in joy, what does that give you? How does it?
Peace, uplifting, a sense of just being, just being, I suppose. You're not stressed about anything. I get joy from dancing, I think, because it just takes you to another place. It's kind of, yeah, as you say, being on another planet, really, but it's kind of like it is that sort of feeling of being at one, yeah, as at one with everything.
Mm. And so being in that state, being in that state, it is a feeling, isn't it? It's like an emotional thing that it gives you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. And it does connect you.
Completeness again.
Mm.
Completeness was on my other thing, wasn't it? I've seen completeness come up before.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's almost like the full stop at an end of a sentence.
Excuse me, yeah. Because you're not looking for anything, you're not striving for anything, you're not anything, you just are.
Mm.
Oh, something's having a go, isn't it? My little book says, let your light shine.
Ah, just as the sky was showing you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just going on intentions and manifestations a little bit more. Could you come up with 4 things you want to manifest in this next year? Like you can be greedy. And
um,
and it can, whatever that may be. It's whatever it means to you.
struggle with manifesting.
It's like, what do you want more of in your life? Or what do you
Dance,
want in your life that's not here already?
dance, I suppose.
Yeah.
Movement.
Okay. So write that down. If you do that on one side of your page and then on the other side of, or next to it, like if it was in a column, imagine if it was in a column, or you
Okay.
could just do a dash. It's what what's the result of that? So when you have that, what's the result of it?
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
the root intention, that was the word. What's the root intention for what that is you want to bring in?
feeling uplifted, um, exercise,
Yeah, yeah,
practically, I suppose.
yeah.
Freedom
Freedom, yeah.
to be expressive. That's freedom, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Expression, I suppose.
Hmm. Can I suggest another word as well, or an additional word?
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that's the word that you mentioned earlier on.
I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Okay, and something else to manifest.
Compassion keeps coming up.
Hmm?
It came up at the weekend as well. I must be really, yeah. That must be it. There must be a reason for it. I presume.
I've got an idea why it's coming up. Because ultimately what we've been doing, we've been working with the divine feminine energy, and compassion is one of its qualities.
Right.
So I think it's perfectly natural for that to become really obvious to you, like but it's compassion, it's to yourself, it's to others, it's not just for other people, but definitely for yourself
Okay.
as well.
I keep thinking it's for others, the fact that I'm not being judgmental and da 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 da. But yeah, I suppose it is for myself as well, isn't it? I didn't give
Yeah.
that a thought really. So yeah. Okay.
And yeah, not judging yourself, or
Yeah.
judging yourself and realizing,
I don't need to
you
be.
know,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Off you
okay,
go.
I got that. Thank you. I love myself. I'm all right.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't need to be anybody else.
Okay. And so, same reflection. What does that give you? What would be the root intention of having compassion, more compassion?
Kinder.
Is that kindness in general, or is it specific?
Um, I think more kinder, as in mm, it's the non-judgmental bit again, I think. So being more aware of that.
Non-judgmental.
Yeah.
And what does that give you? What's the
It gives you kind of like a warm feeling because you I think being judgmental is harsh, isn't it? It's kind of it's very edgy and very so you become softer, I suppose, don't you? And warm and kind of more like yeah, it's kind of that huggy feeling, isn't it? That you want to be compassionate because you want to understand people, you want to be not so insular again, I suppose, isn't it? It's not being singly about your own needs as well as others, it's yeah, I don't know, just makes me feel like all warm and fuzzy if you kind of yeah.
I think it makes you, I think it has an essence of love in it. And then so that
Yeah,
warm, huggy feeling you get is a form of love. I think it's an aspect of love.
yeah.
So
I
we
think
get to
love's
experience
quite tricky, isn't it? Because love a lot of the time is always in the kind of like, you know, relationships, as in kind of that sort of love, rather than like, yeah, it's kind of it's always a bit of a funny one, isn't it? Because you kind of, I sometimes think, people think it's stepping over the boundaries if you talk about love, if it's not like, you like in a relationship or something, but there's so much more to it, isn't it? There's so much more. It's not just about the male female or female female or whatever, however you want to do it, but you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, it's a vast word. It has so many
Yeah.
aspects to it.
And I don't think we share it enough, don't we? I mean, I can remember saying to my sister once, I can't remember even when it was, quite a while ago, and I said something to her, and I'd said, I don't tell you I love you enough. And now we always do, because it's kind of like you only ever say it rarely, don't you? And you don't share it. And it's like it's a given that you feel it, but you still need to say the words, don't you? I think.
Because it's lovely to receive. It's
Yeah,
lovely to receive that.
yeah,
It
yeah.
really is. No. Yeah, so compassion, yeah, it's lovely. And the more you get to be like it, the more love you experience and the more compassion you actually get to experience. So it's like I experience compassion so much now towards my parents. I had an amazing Christmas. I didn't want to leave them,
No, that was nice, wasn't it?
and I don't know that I've ever felt like that.
Oh,
It was just amazing. But it's because of this. It's because of this work.
yeah.
Absolutely know it.
Yeah. I just want to be a gentler kind of, yeah, more understanding soul, really, I think.
Yeah. Gentler, understanding soul. I'm going to put that down as well. Understanding soul. Mm, yeah. Another one, please.
Mm. Um,
Yeah. What do you want to do more of? What do you want to experience more of?
Creativity, I suppose. It's going to keep coming up, I suppose, isn't it? Until
Yeah.
I, yeah,
Okay.
creativity.
And what's the root intention of that? What will that give you?
I think it just will, it just kind of, it just, I was going to say feeds my soul, but it probably does, doesn't it, really?
Oh,
Because I like my regimental kind of things in like accounting and the finance and the preciseness of it all. But then
mm,
with the creativity, it's that it's freedom again, isn't it?
yeah.
Freedom. Yeah, it's just
Freedom.
kind of yeah to express yourself however you want to be. You know, you can create things. You can yeah
Mm,
it's the physical doing it rather than the mental thing, isn't it? I think you can, yeah. Whereas all the spiritual things is all the mental. Whereas when you create something, you're pouring that into whatever it might be, mightn't it? Whether it be,
mm,
you know, the other day I thought I'd really like to try pottery because I watched a great pottery throwdown and I think
mm.
that's amazing. And I've never felt that I would even know where to start. Although I love being creative, it feels like a really big unknown to me. But I thought, you know what, I'd quite like to have a go at pottery. So yeah.
I've got a friend who has just filled her pottery class. She lives down in not Oakhanger. Oh, what is it? There's a little village. So you go down the road to Borden,
It is
and
out Hanger.
it's not. She's not in Oakhanger. I think it begins with B.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the turnings off the road before you get to Borden,
All right.
and she was part of the trial for the pottery throwdown.
Oh,
They
wow.
trialed it. They trialed it at Recklesham, and she was one of the people because when she'd mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh, are you going to be on it?" Because she's a potter,
Yeah.
and she's like, "No, I can't be." She said, "I was part of the trial to see if they ran a pilot to see if it would work," and she said, "I can't
Wow.
be in it." But she's moved to. She lived in Recklesham, but she's now moved to a new house just down the road,
Yeah.
and I only saw it yesterday. She's doing a workshop. It's £45. And yeah, so there's somewhere that you can go
Mm.
to do
I
it.
mean, I know they do it at the actual potteries, don't they? Yeah. I've been there for like I've gone like they do like Christmas fairs and all that sort of stuff at the potteries, and I've been around there and I keep picking up leaflets on that every now and again. So I thought I might try there, but if you
Yeah.
know someone, then yeah, maybe I
I'd,
can.
I'd
Yeah,
love I'd love to do it. I couldn't do it, and plus she only at that moment I hadn't seen her promoting it at all, and then it was
no,
just I've got one space left, and it went.
yeah.
Um,
That's the
so
next
yeah,
round.
I'll get in touch. Oh, I'm waiting to see her actually. Anyway, funnily enough.
Brilliant. That'd be good. There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to put pottery.
Yeah, yeah, because I do all the glass and I do the paint and I do all
Mm,
that side of things. So it's just a real unknown, and I think, yeah, I
mm.
can I think I did try it once at school, and I made this odd shaped thing that I never thought was. We never knew what it was, so it was a bit of a disaster. But again, I wanted it to be perfect, and I'd never done it, so yeah. It's just
Okay.
the creating the bowls and the oh my goodness, that would be quite good.
Yeah. I will send you the link for what she shared,
Okay,
and then you
brilliant.
can have a look at what she's doing. But yeah, she had, so when she moved, she had a studio built so that she
Wow.
could do it in the garden. Yeah, in the garden. It's lovely. Okie dokie. One last thing.
Um, I don't know. I've run out of ideas.
How about if I have a look at what you said about, let's go back to the start. See if any inspiration comes from this. I'm just saying this just to see if it gives you any, I don't know, insight at all. So if I were to define my old self and old life pre 2024, so this is like, yeah, ages ago now, it would be confused, unfulfilled, stagnant, unhappy, no direction, didn't know my purpose, want to know why I'm here, knowing there's something more and not sure how to get there, defined by age, aware that time slips away and is running away, fear of failure, not had children. So that's what you said. So I know that is probably none of it is going to be relevant now, but I'm just wondering if there's anything in there that inspires you in any way. Also, some aspects of your life you want to change in 2025. Health, mind, as in developing, growing, and opening, relationships with others, more aware of purpose and spirituality.
I think it's got to be maybe the spiritual aspect then, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. And all that brings all the, the knowledge and the there's a word you use. It's not open, but
Aware?
oh God, what's the word? It's
Cu-
almost like being kind of, it is open, but it's not that word. I can't think of the word. But no, open's a good word, isn't it? But curious. That's
Yes,
the word you
yeah.
use. Yeah, curious. I
And
like that word.
it makes it sound cheeky,
Yeah, because you can
playful,
explore and curious
adorable.
and yeah, and you're allowed to kind of dip in and out when you want, and but you don't need to know the whole thing. This is my problem. I
Yeah.
need to know, I want to take it all in, and that's when I get the books and the didders and I don't read them. And so it's the curious kind of threads, I think. I need to view it as pulling threads, don't I?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Pulling threads.
My little golden things that I just kind of go, right, I'm gonna do one little thing and then I can knit them into this amazing blanket.
Yeah.
That was my threads of the golden sun, wasn't it, really?
Yeah,
My sunbeams, my
yeah,
sunbeams.
sunbeams. And so the root intention for curiosity about spirituality.
Is my growth really. It's going to be growth, isn't it? And um just to see what's out there, I think. More, yeah, what just to I did write down when I was writing, I always try and write a little thing before I speak to you.
Mm.
And a lot of the time, because I do all these things, all these crafts and things and whatever, and I always beat myself up about the fact that I've got a book on this and a book on that, and I've got a craft on this and a craft on that. And I always think, oh, you get all these things and then you don't do it and whatever else. And I think, and I always beat myself up about the fact that I've got loads of different things, but I kind of like, well, no, I'm okay, because I just want to dip it. I do want to just dip into different things, and I'll do it when I'm ready. I don't want to just kind of, I just don't want to be um pigeonholed into one thing, I think.
Mm.
So I like to kind of, yeah, so that's kind of the because I can't be, oh no, no, I say I can't, but it's finding the right thing, isn't it, that resonates the whole time with like lists or
Yeah.
challenges or thoughts or anything. It's finding what works with you, and until you dip into all these things, you're not going to know. Whereas yeah, I kind of need to embrace that. I think I need to
Mm.
embrace the fact that it's okay to have 100 things on the go, maybe not that many, but might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I think there's an element of accepting where you're at, where you want to be, and your way of doing things,
Yeah, my journey, my journey really.
and that you could change as well. Like, and how you
Yeah,
today, next week, you may be doing it differently, and that's
yeah.
okay. And it's like being relaxed about that, and yeah,
Mm. And if
embrace
it's not
your,
working, try something else.
yeah, and embracing your quirky imp.
Yeah.
That makes it really fun
Yeah.
and curious.
And I'm allowed to dip into, I'm not sure Eddie sees it that way, but
No.
so bless him. And also, I think what I do need to go forget from that is to be able to let go of the things that aren't working.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel guilty for that, because if I've got something and then I've tried it and it's not really my thing, I feel I should like it, want to do it, because I've spent money on it or whatever else, invested time in it, instead of thinking, right, okay, I've learned from this, I'll let it go, because it's, yeah, that's all about the accepting again, isn't it, really?
Yeah. 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 And whenever we use that word should,
Yeah.
it's not authentic. It's not true to ourselves, and it's not our authentic self. That's not coming from a heart-centered place at all.
No.
It's a judgment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should
Good.
judgment.
Yeah. It's quite harsh, isn't it? Whereas would or could or is all flipping it.
Soft, much softer and gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. I think we're nearly there, Jo. Have you got lunch ready?
Yeah, I've still got some soup.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you got that casserole.
Yeah, I got
Funny,
my soup.
I made a casserole last week because I had ones at Mum's and it was just so delicious. I just finished it.
Yeah, I'll go and heat that up. I've got to log on to work, unfortunately, but that was my choice. So
Yeah,
I was going to do it first thing and I haven't, but I'm thinking I'm doing it on my own time. So
yeah, sticking to that. Okay, so breaking through the cosmic gateway is a liberating feeling. You get this overwhelming sense of confidence and motivation, showing your true self that you are capable of anything you put your mind to, or you put your intentions to. This is a very exciting time for us to experience, especially now. Embrace every moment. What are you most excited about in this new year, and why?
What am I most stressed about? That my possibilities are endless. There's so much out there that I just feel like I'm going to explode, really, in a good way. Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. I just feel like I'm coming out of my shell. That I'm emerging, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, just coming out of the dark and yeah, emerging. It's all of that, isn't it? Really,
Mm.
there's a little voice though that's going, oh yeah, well, she won't keep that up for long, but I'm not gonna shut that one down.
Just you can just say
Okay.
hello. Thank you for that remark. Thank you. We've
Yeah,
got this. We've got this.
yeah, yeah. Kind of it's going, don't run before you can walk, and all of that sort of stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I hear you. I do. I know that. I know that's the quality of mine that kind of isn't whatever, but yeah, baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah. And also, Joe, you haven't run before you've walked. Like what we've been doing, there's been no running.
No,
It's
I
been step by step,
have got a little bit ahead of myself sometimes, but yeah, kind
and
of,
that's been okay.
yeah, because sometimes you do need a big oof, and then you kind of like go, okay, yeah, again, I've tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now what can I take from that? So it's all it's
Yeah.
learning, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You've definitely not run before you've walked. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, I'm going to read something else. Okay, this might make you smile. A tool for 2025, cut through the bullshit. Is there a more digestible way to say it? Probably, but this is a forceful wake up energy, is exactly what 2025 is bringing. It's because it's that number 9 year and it's about coming to completion. So it's like, come on, we got this, let's do it, get it done.
Yeah.
More separation and polarity than ever before. So what are you going to do? So yeah, it's bringing in more separation and polarity, because if there's things that we need to complete, then come on, let's bring it together and
Yeah.
complete it. So what are you going to do? What side do you choose? Will you take the red pill or the blue pill? So referring to the Matrix, if you ever saw that film.
No.
No, it's a good film. That was a test, and most people failed, or they took the wrong pill, basically.
Okay.
The answer is neither, though. This universe isn't just composed of two sides. There is a third. The third choice is both sides simultaneously. We do not have room for both. If we have already chosen one, it is in not choosing where we get to observe the all. So it's like somehow being a little bit elevated and seeing the big picture. 2025 is the year of division, and for a select few, it is the year of unity. So it's bringing all things together. Cut through the world's bullshit and rise above it by appreciating both sides. Remember, we cannot have light without the darkness. It's time to break through this illusion and take control as the programmer of our own reality. We are ready for this, and the moment has arrived, and here we are in 2025.
Okay. Very powerful, isn't it?
It is, yes. So, yeah, does that feel good? Does it
Yeah.
feel 2025? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really just yeah, I just do want to keep, stop writing the lists without following through it. So yes, I still need the lists to keep me on track,
Mm.
but I need to action the lists and be aware of that, and not have some purpose behind it, I think, rather
Mm.
than just kind of, it's almost like because I write it down, it's fine. It's gonna, that's good. I've done my bit. I've written it down. Whereas now
Mm.
I feel I just don't want to write it down. I want to do, yeah,
Mhm.
everything,
Yeah.
sort of house out, sort of my life out, sort of the world out. Yes, definitely. Yeah, very positive.
Good. Yes.
Do this.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that is it
Okay.
for today.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah. I want to have a think about next week's session, or I'm going to have a think about next week's session. I think it would be good if I send you the Vicrity form that you did at the start.
Okay.
You did it again somewhere halfway through or just beyond halfway through.
Okay.
So it would be good to see what that score comes out as. So that is the one that does change. That's determined by what you do, by your lifestyle or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be good to have like another one of that done. So if I'll send it to you, I'll email it to you, and if you could just send it back when you've done it, if you can do
Yeah.
it before Friday, that would be
Yeah,
great.
it gives you time to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, is there anything that you want the last session to be about, the final session, particularly?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm just open to whatever you feel is needed, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good.
Curious.
Yes.
Although, I mean, this week has been mind blowing. So yeah,
Yeah,
it may be a kind of a softer, just kind of pulling it all together, really, and kind
yes.
of, yeah,
Yeah,
sending it all my way to kind of, yeah, get out there and kick ass.
yeah. Cool. Okay, let's,
Can I ask, on your list of things you're going to send me, because I know you've got
yes,
a couple of little things, could you
yeah.
write pillows down for me as well?
Yes,
Thank you.
pillows. Well done. God, I have forgotten. So yeah, I got Diana Cooper blog,
Yeah.
Vicky's details, the pottery lady,
Yeah.
and pillows,
Thank you.
and the Vicrity form.
Yes.
Okay.
And will kind of this, what we've done today, will that come with kind of like notes, or do I get a copy of because there's a lot to process.
I've
So
written it all
you've
down.
written all down and that
Yeah,
comes through, will it? Yeah.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. You'll get that as well.
So I can dip in back in then and go, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will do that today by the end. Let's say by the end of today
So, okay, but
or
don't.
tomorrow. But
Yes, I was
yeah,
going to say, don't put
yeah,
too much pressure on you, because it will just come in and go in my folder. So
yes,
whenever it suits you,
yeah. Okay.
yeah, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Okay, Joe. All right. So yeah, have a good rest of your day. Have a good weekend.
Yes, you too.
Thank you. I will.
What are you doing? Anything?
Sunday, I'm doing an angelic Reiki circle, healing circle for the students, the last round of students that I had, and
Yeah.
there's a couple of old ones that may come along as well, which would be nice. But Amanda's coming.
All
Amanda
right.
Davis, yeah, she's
Oh, lovely.
coming because we're teaching angelic Reiki together, and it's just been so good. It's so lovely teaching with her.
Mm. Yeah, she's just got something about her, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, so she's coming as well. So yeah, nice little group. And then tomorrow I'm meeting up with Amanda, landlady from here, and we're going to talk about because we want to do half day retreats, and we're not going to call them retreats,
No.
and they're not going to be silent either as well.
No.
And we think it will open it up to more, because the word silent can put people off, and also the
Yeah.
word retreat can put people off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to go for a walk. I'm going to go over to hers and walk the
Nice.
dog with her. So yeah,
Where does she live?
North Ascot.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long to get there actually. I was surprised. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about half an hour. It's not too bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. Well, enjoy your
Yes.
time.
Thank you. Thank you. What are you doing?
Tomorrow night we've got the bowls, Eddie's outdoor bowls, but a lot of the people that do the carpet bowls that I do. They have like a presentation evening for the like the awards that they've done, or people have won things in the year. So and Eddie was in, I think, 3 or 4 finals this year, so he'll get runners up prizes, and he actually won one. So not that he is not bothered by that at all, but it's nice, and it's nice, and we all get together and we have a nice meal, and it's nice. Yeah, that's always quite a fun evening. So
yeah.
And then Sunday, hopefully the little kitten. I haven't seen the little kitten since Christmas, but I think it might be being rehomed. So I've been invited over on Sunday to see it. So yeah, I'm going to go and have a little cuddle and catch up. So that'll be nice. So
gorgeous.
I've not seen my my neighbour. I've not seen her at all. I've had the odd message, but she's been really. I don't know whether she's ignoring me or not, but she's doing whatever she needs to do. So yeah, we'll see. But yes, I'm doing that. So
yeah,
her choice. I've messaged and said, "How are you? Are you okay?" And it's been very sporadic, so that's fine.
You've done your bit.
Yeah.
Oxygen mask is on.
Yeah, she'll come and offload, because when she does offload, it's all negative. So I'm not really fast that it's not being offloaded right now. So
yeah,
but if she does need to, I'm fine. So whatever way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you, Vicky, so much.
All right.
And
You're
I will
welcome.
see you next week. Have a good week. Oh no, are we doing yoga Monday?
Yes, we are. Yes,
okay.
We are. So Zoom link.
Yes. If you do it. If you don't, you don't. But yeah,
no, it's in my diary. I will be doing it, definitely.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. Look forward to it. Good.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Take care.
All right. Bye bye. Lots of love.